live. Okay. Wow. Looks different. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live stream. My good name is Oboy. Okay. Oh my god, I almost never streamed right now. You know, real life and all of that. Okay. Welcome to the live stream. My good name is Wamboy. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, Ash. Oh, Ash, welcome to the live stream. How are you doing? Good to see you. Oh, this thing will not stay where I want it to stay. This thing is covering my face. Just stay there. Hello. I'm doing good. How about you? I'm doing good. Wow. I just started streaming right now. I'm trying to have a question on the screen, but it's covering my whole face. Okay, so we're gonna be. So how are you guys doing? What's the time out there, Ash? Okay, guys, welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live stream. My good name is Wamboy. Thank you so much for being here. When you join in, kindly say hi. Can you try each state? Okay, Brooke. Okay, God, is it Brooke or Broke? I think it's Brooke Cotton says, can you try different from each state for me for a video? For a video, what does that mean? Please explain. Hollywood status says like done. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for each one of you for the support. Hollywood status says, hey, hey mom, I am watching you are live from UK, London. Which country this live is? Kenya. We will always support you, mom. Okay, thank you so much. And guys, for those of you asking how you guys can support me now that we don't usually use super chat on this live stream because I'm not monetized, you guys can support me on buy me coffee. You can scroll down on my thing and you can click on the link and you can also support me there. Brooke Cotton says, like you tried different food from each day, and you go to this shop and there's different food from each state that you could try, see if you like it or not. Okay, but I don't live in the States. I live in Kenya. I'm Kenyan. So maybe if it comes to Kenyan food, then yes. Okay, and also over there on like because you're a kind-hearted person. Okay, so also over there, so what I'm gonna start doing, because honestly, like I feel like I put so much time into my work here and there, so I'm going to start making like what is it called, maybe exclusive posts and content on Buy Me Coffee. Guys, reach out also over there, before we get this channel monetized and all of that. You know, I like to keep you guys at what is it called, informed. Ash says it's 1 a.m. for me. I was about to go to bed, so you're live, so just came to say hi. See you later, Wamboy. Okay, see, thank you so much for tuning in, Ash, and you have a good night. All the best for your channel, mom. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, okay, I'm trying to get a question here, but let me just type it. South Africa, Pitman Gusen, South Africa in the building. How is South Africa? How are you guys doing in South Africa? Okay, is needing someone a weakness or part of love? Okay, we spend most of our time. Okay, Pitman says it's 9:25 p.m. in South Africa. Oh, so you guys are just 1 hour behind Kenya. It's 10:26 right now p.m. in Kenya. Okay, so we always talk about we tell people, and we also tell women to be independent, get your money, your peace, your own life. But when it comes to relationships, suddenly that changes. Okay, now these are the topics, mom, we need to discuss. Okay, is needing someone a weakness or part of love? That's what we are looking at right now. We have these topics every other day. Okay, so we always talk about, okay, you know what, go to school, get educated. Okay, we are encouraging when it comes to women who are our children, like our sisters and brothers. We are encouraging them, you know, you just go for it. Okay, work hard, go to school, do whatever, start a business, start whatever, become as independent as possible. But then when it comes to love, we don't want our women to be that independent. So that's what I'm saying, is needing someone a weakness or part of love? Everton Watson says, Africa love, one Africa. How, Everton Watson? Good to see you, Jamaica. One love, sister, one love. Good to see you. Okay, today we are going to be looking at different things. But first of all, we are starting with is needing someone a weakness or part of love, okay? We always encourage women to work hard. We always encourage, even men, we encourage them to do a lot of things, okay? Work hard, go for it, you know, become everything. But when it comes to relationships, men are still looking for women who can be submissive, women who need them. Okay, and I am just wondering, where is the correlation? Okay, and that's why we're asking this question: is needing someone a weakness or part of love? Hollywood says, nowadays relationships are breaking mostly in trust breakdown and excitations. Yes. Okay, so is it okay to need someone when you're in love with them? Like, what is the relationship between being independent and being dependent on somebody? And is needing someone a weakness or part of love? Okay, because personally I grew up being told, okay, don't depend on anyone. Okay, go for it, start anything, you know, it doesn't matter as far as it puts a cent on your hand. That's what you need to be doing. Okay, and then realizing, after I grow up, I'm realizing that especially most men, especially high quality men, okay, they want to be able to be needed, they want to be able to provide. And that's why I wonder, where is the correlation between the two? Hollywood says both will put efforts, only it will be successful. Oh, if both people in a relationship put the equal or the same amount of effort, the relationship will be successful. Okay, that's a good way to see it. That's a good way to see it. Okay, but is it so important? If you were to have a daughter, would you tell them to would you tell them to go to school? Would you tell them to start a business so that they can be independent? Or would you tell them to prepare so that they can be submissive and they can be a wife to somebody? What would you tell them? Because that's a question that I've been asking myself. If you were to have a daughter, what would you, what if men are to have daughters, especially the current generation men, okay, What would you guys tell your daughters? Yes, both will put in efforts in a relationship, understand with each other. Okay, I think you're talking about equal energy. Okay, Himang Shobo Doloi. Okay, Holly, can you hear me? I think I'm on. You need to like increase your volume or something. I think I'm on. Yes, for earnings will be independent. Only you will be successful. Okay, if everybody in the relationship is independent, then the relationship will be successful. Okay, what are men going for? Like, are men going for independent women, or are men going for dependent? Are men going for women who will? Yes, mom, you're hearing. Okay, you are hearing me. Okay, fix your volume, Shibo Doloi. And you know what? Let me see. I can always listen to myself here on the laptop. That's the purpose of the laptop. Let me listen to myself if I'm audible. And you know what? Okay, I'm audible. I'm audible. Okay, guys, welcome to the live stream. We're gonna be talking about we are gonna be talking about dependency. Okay, being independent and being dependent on somebody. Okay, and in that sense, we're gonna be looking at patriarchy. Why do some women defend patriarchy? So that's the main question that we're going to be looking at. Holly says, for comings to earnings, both will be independently. Only some situations independent is better. Okay, so everybody being independent is better. So if you were to have a daughter, what would you teach them? What would you tell them? Would you tell them to be independent or to be dependent? Arvin Streffy, I can pray for me and Brana need so much prayer that Lord to bless my relationship. If you can pray, you want me to pray for you? Is that what you want? Do you want me to pray for you? I don't know if I'm the best when it comes to prayer. Hollywood says occupation is mostly independent is better in my opinion. Okay. Why do some women defend patriarchy? We are gonna be looking at that because I realized that and you all know what I feel about patriarchy. Okay, but I have done my research and I've realized the biggest the why we keep doing patriarchy and why we have patriarchy keeping going from one generation to another is because women enable patriarchy. Okay, so why do some women defend patriarchy and enable it? Okay. Ervin says, can pray for me. I open a shop, investment, all money, but not sell nothing. If pray for me to unlock my job. Wow. But honestly, to be really honest, I am not a pastor. But I don't know if I am not a pastor. Okay, so which okay, do you want Christian prayer, Islam prayer, or Buddhist? Which one do you want? No, because honestly, I'm not a pastor, so maybe I don't know. Nompume Lelo Ngosombo. Hi, good to see you, dear. Can you pray for me if you can? Okay, and I need to know, do you want Christian prayers, Muslim prayers, or okay, because I know all. So which one do you want? Okay. So you would expect women to challenge system that limit them. Okay, you would expect women to challenge system that limit their children. Okay, but sometimes the loudest defenders of patriarchy are women themselves. Okay, for example, growing up, my mom, I feel like she had some internalized, you can be able to pass down misogyny from one person to another. So I feel like she did have some internalized misogyny, and she taught me, she was basically teaching me to be, she was bringing me up to be somebody's wife, right? Okay. um but still the system that she was in the system that she was in, she was already a wife. Okay, I don't think it was the best thing for her. Okay, that is in my opinion. Okay, so you would think because this system is not working out for her, you would think but that she would be the first one to teach me to maybe want different, or like not bringing up her daughter to be a wife, right? Okay, but my mom was not like that. My mom was passing down the same traits, or the same habits, the same characteristic, the same type of what I should be doing as a girl. She was passing down the same thing. Okay, which make you wonder, why do women keep passing down patriarchy? Why do women keep passing down why do women defend patriarchy so much? Okay, is it that important to them? Okay, Hollywood says, if I have a daughter, I will teach each and everything. I will say motivation. I will give some hard situation. We need to motivate yourself. I will teach those type of things. Okay, and I feel like those are the things that you should be teaching to your daughters. Okay, but on the other hand, the people, especially the mothers that are supposed to be teaching these things, they're not teaching these things. Okay, they are passing down internalized misogyny, telling their young girls that they're supposed to be somebody's special thing just so that they can be worthy to this life. Malome Lucas is my internet wife. Okay, how are you doing, Lucas? Hollywood Center says, according to relationship, she will learn an experience on those things. Okay. Then only they will got matured. Okay. So this is a question that we're asking ourselves. Guys, make sure you're commenting on this question. Why do some women defend patriarchy? Okay. So, conditioning from a young age, okay? Many women are raised, especially in Africa, okay? Many women are raised to see patriarchy as normal. It's not always conscious choice, okay? That's the only thing that they know, okay? The only thing that they know is to respect men, okay? The only thing that they know is to raise to their sons to be kings, and their daughters to be wives, okay? That's how they have been conditioned. So when it comes to why do some women defend patriarchy, sometimes it's not a choice that they are making. Okay, now I want to defend patriarchy. They don't do it on purpose. It's something that is literally planted in you, and that's how especially when you look at my community. I am Kikuyu. Kikuyu is a community in Kenya. In Kikuyu, we have traditions that we keep passing down from one generation to another. Okay, but I feel like as a person, for those traditions that are not the best, you can just decide not to pass them down. Okay, and I don't know if you're allowed to say this, but when it comes to like things like female genital mutilation, okay, these are things that were being passed down from one generation to another. Okay, is that supposed to happen? I don't think so. Okay, because you gotta make a conscious choice. Just because your grandmother did that does not mean that you should do that. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why women why women keep upholding patriarchy. Many women are raised to see patriarchy as normal. Okay, Hollywood Setter says, guys who are watching this live, can you see the question? She already pinned the comment. Okay, thank you so much. Yes, you are correct. Okay, guys, please continue being supportive and also answering the question. Let me know what is your opinion when it comes to why do some women defend patriarchy. So the next one is survival and security. Okay, in some communities, and also especially, I will always, my referrals when it comes to my topics and what I talk about here. My referrals is usually my experiences as an African girl, and I'll always tell my story because I'm the only person who can tell my story. Okay, so. And I usually say that I will not skip telling my story because it includes other people that might not want to be mentioned in my story. So that's why I tell my story, okay? So in some communities, environments aligning with patriarchy bring protection, financial stability, social approval, okay? So these women, if they keep doing what patriarchy wants them to do, okay, they are financially secure, they are approved by society, and all of those things, okay? So for those of you who come from patriarchal society, in one way or another, why do some women defend patriarchy? Why do you think women defend patriarchy? Okay. Patriarchy is a social system in which men generally hold more power and authority in political, economic, and family structure. Patriarchy, yes, okay, but you know, men generally hold more power, okay, but why would women keep supporting a system that does not support them, okay? Because patriarchy, when you look at the amount of gender-based violence that have happened when it comes to patriarchy, not because it, but it was, you know, for example, in my village, that is not considered to be a bad thing. Gender-based violence, it was not considered. Right now, is a thing. It's not a good thing because, of course, people have gotten more educated and all of that, and people are reporting. But it used to be normal, completely normal for men to punish their women. Okay, but do I think that's right? No, I don't think that's right. Okay, but why would women defend a system that allows their husbands to punish them? Okay, why would women defend a system that tells them that they are not worth it? Okay, why? And I'm not, okay, you know, I keep saying this, I'm not feminist, but I will keep talking about my stories. Okay, I'll keep talking about my experiences as one boy, you know. So yeah. Somebody told me that I need to heal, but I feel like sharing my stories does not mean that I'm not healed. Okay, it does not mean that I'm not healed. I'm just telling my stories. Hollywood says many women also hold mixed views. For example, supporting certain traditional values while opposing restrictions on women's education, careers, or decision making. Uh, Women also hold mixed views. For example, supporting certain traditional values while opposing restrictions. Yeah, yeah. Also, like when a woman is trying to do different from when a woman is trying to do different from what the society accepts, women are usually the one on the front line to condemn that. Okay, Danos. Oh, Danos, good to see you. Welcome to the live stream. You guys can continue telling me where you're watching me from. What's the time where you are at? Here, out here is 10:42 p.m. And I live in Kenya. So let me know where you're watching me from. Thank you so much for tuning in. So we will still keep answering the question on the screen. Why do some women defend patriarchy? So that's the question of the day. Let me put it here so that we can be able to be more flexible with other questions. Wow, I'm just looking at that at Thanos thing, and then I'm realizing prove or disapprove. Let A C is greater than okay, and A plus B plus C. Wow. Time says hi. Hi to you. Good to see you. Welcome to the live stream. How are you doing? How is the going so far? Okay. Okay, now I want to remove this question from the screen. Otbot, you up? Yes, yes, yes. I started streaming once again. How are you doing? Welcome back. I think we were together during the other live stream, okay? Okay, so the question is, why do some women defend patriarchy? In your opinion, especially if you grew up in a place where you can literally see that your mother is misogynistic even though she's a woman. So why do you think women uphold patriarchy? That's what we are gonna be looking at. Mark Mori says, hi, Wambo. Hi, good to see you. Welcome to the live stream. How are you doing? Okay, why do you think, why do some women defend patriarchy? Okay, and also, guys, keep telling me where you're watching me from. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, guys, for your continuous support, you know. Okay, keep telling me where you're watching from. Okay, why do some women defend patriarchy? That's the question that we are looking at. I'm trying to put some more questions up there. Hollywood says, some women defend patriarchy because they view it as beneficial, familiar, morally right, or supportive of social and family stability. Others oppose it because it can contribute. Contribute. That, where is the rest part? I feel like there was supposed to be something else. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, now I'm about to put a question on the screen. You guys are gonna like this. Guys, keep liking the live stream and subscribing. My good name is Omboy. Wow. Ugh. This question is too huge. Okay. Uh-huh. Mom, your backside waterfall painting is super. Okay. Thank you so much. I was trying to type the question on top of the screen, but I feel like it's too long. So guys, bear with me. And also, we are still talking about patriarchy. Would you rather struggle with someone you love or live comfortably with someone you don't? Wambo kwaje? I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing, Proverb? Good to see you. Did you ever get your number of people to start streaming? Okay. Thank you guys for the like. Would you rather struggle with someone you love or live comfortably with someone you don't? Okay, so what's the answer? Would you rather struggle with someone you love or live comfortably with someone you don't? I'm good, Nico 37. Pin up. Oh. Unfortunately, I cannot be able to do that because I'm using my chat as the thing for the questions, you know. Okay. Would you rather struggle with someone you love or live comfortably with someone you don't? Would you rather struggle with someone you love or live comfortably with someone you don't? Okay. Which one is better? Okay. But keep posting some shots. Keep posting some shots. I think that's the easier way out. Okay. Would you rather struggle with someone you love or live comfortably with someone you don't? Doma says, "Hi dear Wamboy, I'm back now too. Are you done with your game?" Whoever won, who won between Germany and Paraguay yesterday? I think the last time you joined into their live stream, you said that you are watching. Seems like winter with your thick jacket on. Okay, let me tell you, it's so cold, but it's 62 degrees Fahrenheit. So I don't know what's that in degrees Celsius. Let me look what's that in. My laptop is from the US, so I didn't change the how it looks at things. So okay. Okay, it's 16. Okay, it's not so cold, really. It's 16 degrees Celsius. Yeah, 16 degrees Celsius. But honestly, it feels cold. Also, this building, because it's there's a lot of apartments up and down, you know. So I feel like it makes the building cold. So, or I'm just cold, you know. Also, living alone, there's not a lot of heat being generated in the house. Um, Hollywood says, according to my opinion, struggling with someone you love can bring emotional fulfillment, companionship, and a shared sense of shared purpose. Many people feel that love makes hardships easier to endure. Yeah, yeah. I feel like I would rather struggle with someone that I love than live comfortably with someone you don't, because they will always be. You will always, you know, you will never. I don't feel like you will ever enjoy the things that comes with that type of, what is it called? You'll never enjoy the things that comes with that relationship if you're literally not in love, you know, or if you don't maybe value that person. Ervin says, "Hey dear, God bless you today." God bless you too. Hollywood says, "Would you?" Okay. It's someone you, with, oh, I didn't pin the question. What happened? Okay. Elvin says, "I can pray for me and Bruna need to be together with Bruna because my relationship is not right." God, I just don't understand what you're saying, okay? Guys, welcome to the live stream. Let me know how you're doing. Also, that was which team won between Germany and Paraguay yesterday. You know, I keep like looking at the teams before they start playing, but I never check back. I never check back. Okay. Yes, 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 yes. So, would you rather struggle with someone you love or live comfortably with someone you don't? My answer is struggle with someone you love, because things are more easier. You guys can become team. You can become a team easily. You know. Attila says hi. Hi, good to see you, Attila. Welcome to the live stream. Okay. Good to see everybody. And guys, because of course you all know that literally I do live streams every day, sometimes twice, sometimes thrice. Okay. Lama says, "A strange question. I only go through all of my life's difficult situation with my trustworthy girlfriend." Okay, and I see that. I see what you're saying. Okay, but you know, sometimes, okay, but see, I feel like maybe this question is mostly for people who choose to go with love, to go with them being comfortable, other than having to work for something. You know what I'm saying? Like, most women will sacrifice their peace just maybe for the comfort. So I can see why it's a strange question. Okay. Is financial security more important than emotional connection? Hollywood says, "My your backside waterfall paint is very beautiful. I want." Okay. And I just bought it. I never even painted it. Okay. Is financial security more important than emotional connection? I think it seems like a straightforward question, but especially for men, but it's really not, especially for women. It's not a pretty straightforward question. Okay, guys, support this channel and subscribe. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, guys. And also, for people wondering, like, for those people who are wondering how you can support me, because of course I'm doing these live streams and I'm not monetized. You can click on my thing right there. You'll see a lot of details, and you can click on buy me coffee. Also, I'll be posting a lot of things over there, maybe even posting shops, things and stuff, maybe from Amazon and all of that, but I'll keep you guys updated on that. Okay, so the question is financial security more important than emotional connection? I would say it's really not, but this is not a pretty much straightforward question for most people. Doma says, I think my open relationship with my girlfriend is going really well. The important thing is wanting the same thing and solving problems together. Okay. Okay. What does an open relationship mean? Okay. So when it's open, are you allowed to see other people when your relationship is open? Okay. Uh-huh. Hollywood says financial security and emotional connection both play essential roles in fulfilling life. In a fulfilling life, financial stability provides safety and peace of mind, while emotional connection offers love. Emotional connection offers love, support. Okay. Play essential roles in fulfilling life. Yeah, financial stability provides safety and peace of mind, which is why I feel like everybody should work towards like having themselves together and like being able to provide for yourself, so that you're not staying in situations just because you're being fed, so that you're not staying in situations just because there's roof over your head. Okay, because pretty much if when you have the financial stability at check, you're able to concentrate on other things, and you're able to do uh things that matters to you. Thomas says one should not promise marriage without being open about things. Oh, you're talking about openness, like being open, like not having secrets and all of that. There is another definition to open relationships, whereby an open relationship is like I can be seeing someone, but I'm open to seeing any other person if I'm interested, and there's no problem with that. Okay, would you guys participate in an open relationship? And not open in the sense of like you guys are being honest with each other, uh but whereby it's an open relationship, which means if I'm talking to you and I get an interest in another person, i'm 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 allowed, or it's open for me to sample them and then come back. That's what we call open relationship. Okay, Ervin says, can pray, dear, I'm tired with Bruno. I need to pray and want to be together. Okay. God, I told you, I asked you, which prayers do you want? And also, I'm not a pastor. If anyone is a pastor here, please pray for Elvin. I am not a pastor, but okay, I can pray for you, but I don't think like I don't do that in this channel. I don't pray for people. If I didn't have financial security, I wouldn't enter into a relationship. But I feel like that's the male perspective, okay? When you're looking for a relationship, are you looking for, okay, does even the thing come up of like, what is your, uh, what is your partner? Okay, when men are looking for relationships, does it even ever cross your mind if your partner is financially stable? It doesn't, right? Because it's always about the man being financially stable most of the time. uh okay. Wow. Raja Singh says the Son of God Jesus Christ is coming soon. Okay, the Son of God Jesus Christ is coming soon. So Singh, maybe you can pray for Ervin. Hollywood Star says, who this guy keeping the messages in Tamil language? Oh, is that Tamil language? Okay, I don't know. My thing is translating. It says the Son. Is it what it means? The Son, Jesus Christ is coming soon. Is that what it means? Okay, guys, welcome to the live stream. Okay, Thomas says that if he's not financially stable, a relationship does not even cross his mind. Like he should not be getting in relationship. Maybe you are the Lapi fan. Okay, an open relationship does not mean cheating with another person. Okay, it does not mean cheating, but okay, I know of an open relationship, keeping your options open. You're not, okay, am I tripping? Maybe I'm tripping. Let me check. Okay, here we go. Okay. An open relationship is a consensual, romantic, or sexual partnership where both partners agree to engage with others outside the primary relationship while maintaining honesty, communication, and control. Agreed upon boundaries. Yeah, I think I was right. I was not tripping. Yeah. Okay, this something about open relationship where like you're being honest with your partner, but there's open relationship where you keep your options open. Okay, but if you're seeing someone, you come and tell your partner like, I'm seeing somebody, but you guys are keeping your options open. So would you be in an open relationship? That's the question. Would you be in an open relationship? Personally, I think I'll catch feelings along the way. Okay, it's difficult for me to be in an open relationship because I feel like I'll catch feelings along the way. So you can just tell me, okay, we are in an open relationship, we're just sampling things. But for us women, it's very hard for us to differentiate between sex and love. So well, you don't want to do that because I feel like at the end of the day, I would end up maybe falling in love. Okay, I don't think I'm the best person to be in an open relationship. Would you be in an open relationship, guys? Would you be in an open relationship? um yes, I agreed upon boundaries. Okay. Okay, would you be in an open relationship? Hollywood status. Okay, and not the openness where you're being open with your partner, but the openness where you're keeping your options open. Stinkbug Deity. Hey, good to see you, Stinkbug. Where are you watching me from? Welcome to the live stream. And guys, when you join the live stream, can you like the live stream? Also, make sure you're leaving a comment. But let me know, would you be in an open relationship where you keep your options open? Hollywood Sarah says, open relationship give confidence to me to share each and everything for my personal things also. Okay. But aren't you more encouraged when you know your person is not seeing other people? Don't you feel more encouraged? Stinkbug says, no people in open relationships, but I would not like to be in one. Why? Why? Uh, would you want to be in an open relationship, guys? I am in South Alabama, US. Ooh, I think now I have two people from Alabama. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. Sada Kantu says, hi, good to see you, Sada. I think you joined in at the exact particular good moment. We're talking about, okay, we have been talking about a lot of things, but initially I wanted us to talk about why women uphold patriarchy, why women keep patriarchy going, why women defend patriarchy. But right now we are talking about open relationship. An open relationship is whereby you keep your options open. Okay, you keep your options open. So, but you're being honest and you're telling the other person. Okay, so would you be in such a relationship where you're seeing other people? That one says, I am happy with my open relationship. It's all about trust and respect, and it works well. The love is perfect. Okay, but not the openness where, Thomas, not the openness where you're being honest, but where you see other people. That's the openness I'm asking about. Hollywood Center says friends with benefit. Okay, friends with benefit. That's not necessarily friends with benefit. It's an open relationship. Maybe it's like more of like a situationship. What's a situationship? Situationship. I think these days we call them situationship. With this current generation. Uh, uh, Anthony V. K says, which body parts would you attack if a very tall and muscular guy comes to attack you? Just asking for self-defense tips. I don't think I'm the best person to ask for self-defense tips. I can barely hit a fly. So, what do you think? Nize Imai says, hi, good to see you. Okay, I wanted maybe, I feel like the terms for situationships, friends with benefit keep changing, and also open relationships, it keep changing with time. Okay. uh okay, an open relationship has nothing to do with money. I'm certainly blessed with a fair amount of life experience. Okay, and I see what you're saying, Thomas. Okay, that it has nothing to do. Okay, and it's not about money, it's about experiencing people. It's about experiencing people. But I agree, like, friends with benefit situation, no. A situationship is a romantic or sexual relationship that lacks clear labels, commitment, defined boundaries, existing in a gray area between friendship and a formal partnership. Okay, so yeah, it offers the perks of emotional closeness and physical intimacy. Sada says, what is open relationship? What is being opened? What is open relation? Okay, open relation, and what is being open? Open relationship is I think I sent that there. Okay, there's openness in a relationship, but there's also another thing. There's two meaning. There's another meaning that means an open relationship is a consensual, romantic, or sexual partnership where both partners agree to engage with others outside the primary relationship. So it's whereby, like, you're seeing many people, not many people, but different people at the same time, but you're not cheating on anybody. You have everybody knows. Stinkbug says, I will give them the self-defense tips on my channel. Okay, they better check you out. I was about to answer because honestly, as I was reading that already, my mind knew what I would attack. But Stinkbug says, "Is it about breaking some eggs? Oh, just fun. Okay." Stinkbug says, "Hey, I try to help her because she doesn't have many subs, but she will keep ignoring my comments." I'm not ignoring your comments. I'm reading. I'm reading. I have read all your comments. The last one you sent is it about breaking some eggs? Okay. Is there some? At least I tried. But I'm reading. I'm reading your comments, guys. I'm reading. If I missed out on a comment, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Okay. But I feel like I just lacked words to answer Anthony. Which body parts would you attack if a very tall and muscular guy comes to attack you? Just asking for self-defense tips. uh no, you haven't. Which one? Which one? Honestly, I think your comment didn't come through. Which comment are you talking about? You know, sometimes YouTube filters the comments. So try to copy it again, please. Please, please. Because I don't think it showed up. You says you're from South Alabama, US. I read that. Um, I don't usually ignore people. I read everybody's comment. And then you said that you're gonna give them self-defense tips on your channel. Sadaka says, oh, so argument of being okay with cheating. That sounds quite the opposite of what a relationship is and is not. Okay. I don't even know which is worse, hidden cheating or agreeing to cheat one another. Okay. It's just telling each other that, like, okay, you're not the only person that I'm seeing and I'm okay with that. Okay. Okay, but so you would never participate in an open relationship. Stinkbug says, that wasn't even me who said that. Oh, I feel, oh, that wasn't even you. Wow. Okay, please retype them or resend the message that you sent and I didn't see. I think it's somehow tricky. Nicholas Kisorio says it's somehow tricky. I know it's so tricky. Okay. Doma says friendship and a romantic relationship are nothing to do with each other. I know other women too, but I would never cheat and lose my girlfriend. Okay. Wow. But do you know there are people who do that? Okay, and I know you guys are so surprised, but it used to be something in my university where people used to always do that. Even on TV shows, but I know on TV shows they are not as realistic. But I always, especially this show that is its heading is Friends with Benefit on Netflix. Friends with Benefit. I don't know if you have watched that. Sadar says, well, that's nonsense to me. No offense to others, better to be single. Okay, better to be single than being in an open relationship. But I feel like men usually support that so much. Men usually support being in situationship, friends with the benefit, openness, because men are sexual beings and maybe they want to see other people. So that says, but if others are okay with that, that's their choice. Yeah, that's what it is. That's their choice. Okay. Wow. Open relationship. Would I? Okay, I feel like years ago I was open with that because I was not looking to be exclusive with people. Okay. So years ago, I was okay with that, but I never did it because I know I would. How do you separate between being involved with somebody sexually and being in love with them? I feel like that's something that's usually difficult for women. Okay, separating between being in love with somebody uh, and having sex with them. I feel like men pretty much are able to differentiate between the truth, but I feel like for most women it's not that easy. You get caught up in the whole thing, or you catch feelings. So that's why I would not be in an open relationship, because at the end of the day I would catch feelings. Let me tell you, because how can I be able to give myself out that way and then see you with another person at the end of the day? I don't feel like it's right, in my opinion. Although I was open to it years ago, although I never involved myself in it. It's very much common in university. Very much common in university. But I know for people who have never done that and maybe you're a little bit older, you're like, what are you talking about? Yeah, but you can even ask Google something that's pretty much common. Hollywood says, so I will only open relationship because it is fair and keep boundaries secure and understand with each other. Wow. Okay, but you're literally keeping your options open. Oh, Sada, you took your message back. I was waiting to get to it. But if others are okay with that, that's their choice. Uh-huh. Okay. Guys, would you be in an open relationship? Also, what are your thoughts when it comes to situationships? When it comes to friends with benefit? Mama says, I'm also a lifelong single, which is why I'm in an open relationship. There are minded women out there too. Okay. Okay. But okay, I feel like we are having like a grammar problem here. What the open relationship you're talking about is about being open with each other, being honest with each other. That's what you're talking about. Okay, because I got the impression that you wouldn't want to be in a friends with benefit thing or situationship. Okay, situationship. I think all of the definitions are in the chat for those of you wondering what we are talking about here. Um, you can keep telling me where you're watching me from. My good name is Omboy. I was born and raised in Kenya, and on this channel I share so much of my stories growing up in an African village, in a Kenyan village to be specific. Also I share a lot of personal things, so I feel like those are things that would make you to subscribe so that you can help me grow the channel and all of that. Okay. Okay, and most people, okay, I think you sent the message back. Sadar Kanti says, loyalty is not only a woman's thing, it's applied to men as well. Just because lots of men lack discipline doesn't excuse their disloyalty. Disloyalty is equally horrible for both men and women. Woo! Wow. Do you think it's immoral to be in an open relationship? Okay, so I feel like okay, first of all, let me go back to you, Sadar. Disloyalty is equally horrible for men and women, but who gets punished the most when they are being disloyal? Women. Okay, I feel like when a man is not faithful, it's like he's being a man. Okay, when a man is being not faithful, okay, when a man is not being faithful, he's just being a man. When a woman is not being faithful, she's being evil. How do we define that? Doma says, do you think it's immoral to be in an open relationship? Okay, in the context that you're giving, where you are faithful, you're just open, and you understand each other. No, I don't think it's immoral to be in an open relationship. However, it depends. There are two types of open relationship. The open relationship here is whereby I don't think it's immoral to be in an open relationship. Whether it's whereby you agree on things or whereby you agree that you can see other people. I don't feel like it's immoral. It's a preference. Africa will never unite says, what pills do you take for not sleeping? I don't take any pills for not sleeping. Which why? Do you think that I don't sleep? You would be surprised. Okay, so most of the time I stream until 2 a.m. these days, especially recently. I stream until 2 a.m. and then I wake up at 10 or 11. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I sleep for 9 hours. So it depends, but it's because I don't go for a day job. Yeah. So I don't take pills for not sleeping. Hollywood Stana says, so I will go only open relationship because it is fair and keeping boundaries secure and understand with each other. Okay, but which type of open? I think we are having two types of open relationship here, right? We have one. We are having two types of open relationship. Okay, we have one where it's about you guys are agreeing, but you're not seeing other people. But there's the other one where you're seeing other people. So would you want to see other people? Kumaruko Ki says, yeah. Oh God, you just say stuff for the sake of saying them. Okay, why would you do that? Why would you write something like that? Okay, why would you write something like that? Moderate this guy. Oh. Okay. I don't, I always don't believe in like removing people for them expressing how they feel, but I just wonder. Logan, you're always stressed. Yesterday you were here talking about uh, being heartbroken, right? Okay. How to relax? I don't know how to relax. I don't think I'm the best person to advise you on how to relax. Okay. Uh, how do you relax? Or how do I relax? Uh, by maybe watching something on television, something that's stress free, that's away from me working. Yeah. Okay. Where is the book? And guys, if you have opinions or like why do women defend patriarchy? That was literally our original question. Why do women defend patriarchy? Okay, so there's also another question that we're gonna be moving on to. Okay, now that we're also talking about open relationships. Oh god, this thing better. Okay, I know, but you know what? I'm typing for you guys on the screen. So, oh god, this thing is being so, being a pain. Wow. This thing is being a pain, Lord. Ugh. Let me just type the question on the laptop. Hussein says, "Stop it! Aren't you grown up? Stop what? Okay. Can attraction grow or is it there or not? Now that we're talking about open relationship, okay, and it got me thinking, why would people want to be in open relationships? Okay, and maybe I'm like, maybe it's an attraction issue. Maybe you're not sure about this person. You are not sure if I settle with this person. You're not sure if you want them long term. Okay, maybe that's why people get into open relationships. I don't know the reasons why people get into situationships or uh, why people uh I don't know why people get into uh, friends with benefits. I don't know why people get into situationships. But for whatever reason, can attraction grow or is it there? Is it there or not? Okay, Hamdan Katsiron says, which World Cup do you support? Oh, the teams that are playing today, I would have to look. France versus Sweden. Okay, let me check. France versus Sweden, I would think I would go with France. I will go with France. Yeah. For the teams that are playing today, aren't you a parent? How do you look at somebody and assume that they are a parent? Hollywood says, I think in an open relationship, there are two types. One is lust for asking that thing, and other genuine love, like commitment. Okay. Okay, bro, she's matured, brother. Don't talk like this. And also, honestly, I honestly don't understand what he's talking about. Like asking if people are parents. Like, not everybody is a parent. Okay. Do you have plans to go to Indonesia? No, no, I don't have plans to go to Indonesia. Can attraction grow, or is it either there or not? Okay, and maybe because we are already talking about friends with benefit, so you can ask yourself, why do people get to why do people do friends with benefit? Maybe because you're not sure about somebody, maybe because you're not 100% attracted to them, because if you would, most probably you would want to be in a genuine and honest relationship with them. Okay, so can attraction grow, is it either there or not? Okay, I don't know. I feel like for women attraction can grow. Okay, most women get married to men who love them, but they don't love them as much. Okay, they love them but they don't love them as much. Okay, but at the end of the day, when it comes to women, women, we are emotional. I feel like with time, the attraction grows. With time, the love grows. Okay, while for men, if a man does not, in my opinion, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, in my opinion, if a man does not find you attractive with a go, getting married with them or even getting in a relationship with them does not make them to be more attracted to you, in my opinion. But I feel like for women, yes, attraction can grow. Okay, do you guys agree with me or not? Okay. um but I feel like looks, or how people look, attraction is very important in, especially a long-term relationship. So do you want relationship? No, I don't. Okay, guys, welcome to the live stream. Let me know how you're doing. um what happened? This channel live ended? No, I'm still here. What? I think I'm still streaming, right? Okay, am I still live? You guys, like, what happened? This. No, I'm still live. I'm still live. What are you talking about? Okay, I'm still streaming. The live stream is not over. Why would you say that? Or maybe you're having internet issues? I know. Okay, now I got it. Okay, I was just wondering. Or maybe I'm having internet issues, right? Nilam Siraji says, "Oh, okay. It is am I lagging? Hi Nilam, good to see you. Am I lagging? Like, is my live stream okay? Am I lagging? Which I don't think so. I'm playing the same video on my laptop and it's just fine. No lag present. All okay, you can carry on. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I was wondering. Elisha Kipleting. Hello, Amboy. Hello to you, Elisha. Where are you watching me from? How are you doing? Life is perfect. Okay. You scared me. I'm like, what happened? Okay, guys, welcome to the live stream. Let me know where you're watching me from. My good name is Wamboy. So right now it's 11:29 p.m. here in Kenya, 11:29 p.m. So it's literally late. I don't know what time it is where you're watching me from. We're talking about different things. For example, can attraction grow, or is it either there or not? Please, madam, I want to say my channel to you live. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? I want to say your channel. I don't know what that means. Okay. Um, can attraction grow, or is it either there or it's not? Okay. Okay. Let's talk about. Let's say you're not attracted to somebody, and maybe you for whatever reason, or maybe you're partially attracted to them, and for whatever reason you decide to get into a relationship with them. Do you feel like the attraction will grow, or do you think that like you literally have to be attracted to somebody to be in a relationship with them? Okay, so can attraction grow with time? Okay, because but see, look at the communities where people used to do. What do you call a situation where your parents look for a wife for you? What do you call that situation where you don't directly look for a partner? I don't know how you call that situation. Hollywood says attraction is often dynamic rather than fixed. It may begin with a spark. It may grow steadily through understanding, compatibility, and connection. Okay. Attraction is often dynamic rather than fixed. It may begin with a spark, or it may grow steadily through understanding, compatibility, and connection. Okay. But I know maybe it works out, because can you think about the situations where, and I know maybe this was pretty much common in African culture. I feel like Indians, if you're Indian here, I feel like Indians still do that. Indians still do the whereby your parents choose your partner for you guys, and these people stay married for years, okay, and they have children. So which means at some point the attraction comes. I don't know how that works out, but it seems like the attraction um, comes. Nilam says, "Holy hello." What would you say that? Holy hello. Hello. Good to see you. Yes, of Hollywood Sarah says yes, of course, because grow attraction well in relationship. Okay, so attraction can grow when you're in a relationship. Uh, Brian Neo says, "Tell me you're looking for a YouTube date," and I don't think so. I am not. I am not. How are you doing, Brian? Where are you watching me from? Are you looking for a YouTube date? Okay, you're looking for a YouTube date. Oh, you were talking to, okay, I see what you're saying. See what you're saying. Okay, and for you, so for you guys who want to keep supporting me now that I'm not monetized, and of course on this live stream we do not have the super chat. You can what is it called? You can support me through Buy Me Coffee on my page. When you click on my page, you're gonna see the links down there. You're gonna see so many links. You use the Buy Me Coffee, so that's how you can be able to support me. Brian Neal says South Africa girls keep rejecting me. South African girls keep rejecting me. Why? Uh, why do they keep rejecting you? Uh-huh. You know Swahili? You know Kiswa? Yeah, I do know Swahili. Why? Okay. Guys, welcome to the live stream. Let me know how you guys are doing. Where are you watching me from? Ask me questions. And I said that I'm going to put up a, you know what? I'm going to put up a question thing whereby you guys, you write the questions that you would like to see being covered on the channel. Hopefully you guys will be responding when it comes to that. Oh, you're from Tanzania. Oh, okay. You're from Tanzania. That's good. That's good. Is that Tanzania? Is that a Tanzanian flag? Okay. I'm not good enough, but I'm not gay. I won't stop trying. Okay. Oh yes. No worries, mom. Okay. Okay. Next question. Okay. Is it shallow to prioritize looks? That's the next question. Are you from Kenya? Yeah. Why? Is it shallow to prioritize looks? Okay, that's the next question up. Is it shallow to prioritize looks? Okay. Uh-huh. Norma says, I do believe that the power of attraction and one's appeal can be enhanced. Women do a lot to make themselves even more attractive. Okay, I do believe that the power of attraction and one's appeal can be enhanced. Okay, women do a lot to make themselves even more attractive. Okay, so do you believe in love at first sight? Like, okay, do you go for love at first sight, or do you go for, or okay, do you have to be attracted to somebody once you see them, or do you go for character or personality? What is more important? What is more important, character or being attracted to somebody when you look at them the first glance? Okay, I feel like people who are attractive, they get a lot of hits and like a lot of maybe compliments from people, but that doesn't necessarily make them good people, because because everybody wants them. Okay, but when you go for somebody who have a personal look when you go for somebody who have a personal look, you are guaranteed that you're the only person who is interested, so maybe that makes it easier for the partner. Oyitanda Dimbaza says looks is good, but okay, I need to pin that question. Looks is good, but the heart of the person is better. Okay, how do you get to know the heart if you don't feel attracted to somebody? Like, how do you get, honestly, I wouldn't want somebody to choose me for my personality. Okay, if you feel attracted to me and then it just happens that I'm attracted to you, I'm attractive to you in the process, that's fine. But I feel like if somebody is just with you for your personality, I don't feel like that's great. I feel like that's not so great. Oitanda Dimbaza says looks is good, but the heart of the person is better. Okay. Aram C says Yosh Kwakwan. Yosh Kwakwan. What does that mean? What language is that? Okay, guys, keep letting me know. Is it shallow to prioritize looks? What do you look for in a partner? Do you look at the looks? Whatever. Nilam says you. Brian Neo says some girls just brag about their looks, but isn't that what people are supposed to do? Okay, you know what? There are people who commercialize their looks. Okay, is there anything wrong with people commercializing how they look? No, I don't see anything wrong. Okay, because if you can be able to commercialize, life is already hard. Okay, if you can be able to commercialize how you look, then that's okay. I rebuke the Shim Shong says, I rebuke the spirit of witchcraft. Me too. Everyone is beautiful in their own way. Okay, and that's why everybody is beautiful in their own way, but that's why the person that I'm attracted to and is cute to me is not cute to another person. Okay, so beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. I couldn't agree with that more. Hey, mom, see you tomorrow. Bye. I have urgent work. See you. Okay. Thank you for your support. Oitana Dimbaza says, so tell me which is better, a person just attracted to your looks or beauty and your personality. So tell me which is better, a person just attracted to your looks or your beauty and your personality. Which one is better? Somebody who is at okay, I feel like which one is better is somebody who is attracted to my looks But then it just happens that my looks come with a great personality too. That's in my opinion. I don't know about you. Which one is better for you? Would you rather want somebody to be attracted to your character, personality, or how you look? Because I feel like when somebody goes for your personality, you will always hear about it. Okay, they will tell you, you know, first of all, I got attracted to, and what if my character changes? Okay, what if my character changes? Another beautiful is bad. You know what, Nilam, you can type in Swahili. I am just going to read it in English. If you are maybe struggling with another beautiful is bad, another beautiful is bad, because I can't understand you, because I understand Swahili, you can type in Swahili. I'm just going to read it in English. Okay, is it shallow to prioritize looks? Is it shallow to prioritize looks? Okay, I don't think it's shallow. It's not shallow at all. Okay, because even for those women who get chosen because of their character, they hear about it. Prioritizing looks is not automatically shallow. Physical attraction is a natural and valid preference. It is generally considered shallow only when appearance becomes the sole or most important. Wow. Yeah, I feel like I agree with that. And Dibala says, all I want is a beautiful and smart and kind woman. Okay, so you don't want her to have a good personality. You don't want her to have a good heart. But all you care about is her being smart and kind. Thomas says, a woman's appearance and attractiveness play a big role. Clothes create a good impression, but they can also dazzle and deceive you. Okay, wow. Ooh. Wow. I feel like that's a deep one. Yeah, a woman's appearance and attractiveness play a big role. Clothes create a good impression, but can dazzle and deceive you. Yeah. Okay, because honestly, I'm not gonna sit here. You know, sometimes I see a lot of pretty women who commercialize their beauty, and that's okay. If there is somebody who is willing to cash on that, then well and good. You know, yeah. So, how about a man's appearance? Nobody is talking about a man's appearance. Rude gentleman says, "Be my." Oh Lord, no, I'm not interested. Rude gentleman. But how are you doing? Where are you watching me from? Brian Neo retracted a message. Oh, Nilam says that sometimes you see attractive girls. You see attractive girls. You see them looking so good, but they stink. Okay, but they stink. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know because I've never been with women, but wow. Okay. Uh, okay, but stinking is not part of attraction, is it? Is it? Okay. Brian Neo says, I don't believe you choose looks. It's just chemistry for me. Okay, but isn't chemistry about looks also? What is chemistry? Like when we talk about chemistry in relationship, it's when you're feeling this magical thing. Like you feel this choo magical thing going on, you know, right? Or Eternal Debata says love is dangerous these days, especially in these troubling times. So why is it dangerous? You can tell us love is dangerous and not tell us why. Bye, mom. One boy. See you tomorrow. See you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Absolutely. Wow. You guys have a lot of stories to tell. Okay. But we cannot only talk about girls thinking Nilam. Without talk about also the fact that also other men. I feel like whatever we talk about when it comes to girls, we can also say the same thing when it to men. But we choose to mostly focus on how girls look. Okay, it's like this expectation of how women should look, but we don't put the same expectation on men. Prioritizing looks is not automatically shallow. Physical attraction is a natural and valid preference. It is generally considered shallow only when appearance becomes the sole or most important. Okay, yeah, and I can see that. But I feel like people have, maybe it's the beauty industry, maybe it's the system, the consumerism system, you know, the system have made women to feel, especially if you don't own products for your face, like you're just being made to feel like you're not really taking care of yourself. You know, when the whole thing about self-love came along and people are talking about self-love and self-care, you know, okay, but you know, but most people didn't know what self-love is or self-care is, okay, but right now, but I feel like that whole thing about self-love and self-care keeps what is it called, keep the system going, especially the beauty industry, because without that, men are attracted to good looking women. If men stop getting attracted to good looking women, then the beauty industry dies, okay. That's why we have a lot of people selling. If you want to get rich quickly, especially in Africa, start selling beauty creams, okay, or start selling bleaching, especially bleaching creams. People will buy, but you know why people will buy? Because they think that's what men want, okay. People think that men want bleached faces, you know? That's honestly, if you want to get rich, uh involve yourself in the bleaching industry, especially among black people. I don't know. Nilam says speak a little Swahili. Oh, I know you're from. Do you know English? I know Tanzania, mostly you guys speak Swahili. But if I speak Swahili, everybody else will not understand me. But I think at least you can understand me a little bit. Uh, Marcel Powell says, natural face looks good pretty only for you. Okay. Natural face looks good pretty only for you. Pretty only for me. I understand the last part, but thank you for the natural face looks good. Brian says she looks good with no makeup on. Okay, okay, but this is not what this is not what the beauty, this is not what the beauty industry wants, okay. Most people, and most people when look at me, they will say, oh, you're just being low maintenance, you should put on a lot of makeup. Honestly, for me, even for my shows, you know, I try to be as natural as possible. If you cannot enjoy my content without makeup, maybe you don't need to be watching, you know, because why do I give myself so much pressure? Why do I stress so much going to desk just for me to look a particular way? Well, I can just stay the way I am, and you can choose to love me or not. uh I will buy like that waterfall photo, okay. I think it's a nice one, but for me it definitely have a meaning. I come from a waterfall town, so Nilam says okay, okay, but at least you can understand a little bit of English, right? Nilam says other girls are naughty. I don't know if that's what means. Okay, you know, in Tanzania people speak in Tanzania, people speak Swahili, the pure Swahili, you know. But in Kenya, we speak, okay, in Kenya, especially in areas other than Mombasa, we speak a type of Swahili that's different. So, yes, it's so different, okay. Other girls are naughty. Wasichana wengine mashabalala. Mashabalala. What does that mean? Alicia Keys. I don't know who Alicia Keys is. Let me search. Oh. Oh, it's an American singer and pianist. Okay. I don't think so. She's pretty much light skin. She looks light skin. Okay. Putting makeup on is preference. Okay, yeah. It really is. And that doesn't make it bad or whatever. It's just a preference. Hollywood star says, if I'm in Kenya, I'll definitely propose to Wambui because I like her way of talking. But I'm engaged, my friend. Nilam says, uh, when I come to Kenya, when you come to Kenya, you'll buy soda. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, moving on. Next question. Do you need physical attraction from the start? Okay, do you need physical attraction from the start? Do you know Coco Martin? I don't know. I don't know who that is. I might know, but I don't. It's not a name when you say it. I don't immediately remember. Hollywood says Kenya is biggest city. I am right. How the expenses in Kenya is very cost. I am right. If you're there, you have a lot of grammatical errors. Okay, I'm not the best in English, but I cannot understand what you're saying. Sorry. Please type again. Okay, do you need physical attraction from the start? You know, like Nastia. You know, like Nastia? No, I don't know what you guys are saying. Guys, double check your thing before you send. Keishan Harvey says hello. Hello, Keishan. Good to see you. How are you doing? Welcome to the live stream, okay? Wow, why did I pin that? Lord, I pinned the wrong thing. Do you need attraction from the start? I like you. Ooh, oh, thank you. Where are you watching me from? Hollywood Center says, I am asking, Kenya is big city. How you surviving with high cost in Kenya? Oh, how am I surviving with high cost of living? It is full of expenses, right? Yeah, I feel like this expense. God, where is the? I feel like this expenses almost everywhere. So you just learn how to live there, right? But I don't feel like Kenya is that expensive. Kenya is not that expensive, guys. Where did you get that from? Kenya is not that expensive. Ooh, Lord. Now this is how I okay. I don't Kenya is not that expensive. Okay, it is expensive, but it's not that expensive, to be really honest. You cannot compare Kenya economy with like United States and all of that. Nilam says, you know Mwanza, Tanzania. Mwanza, I have heard about it, but I don't know. You have to understand, I've never been to Tanzania. Keishan Harvey says, how was your day? You're beautiful. Thank you. Eldad says, good evening, chat. Good evening to you, Eldad. How are you doing? Do you need physical attraction from the start? I'm from Jamaica. Okay, Jamaica. Down the way when the nights are gay. Okay, Jamaicans in the building, welcome home. I feel like maybe I need to say welcome home. Thank you so much for tuning in, Keishan. Do you need a physical attraction from the start when it comes to relationship? Niosenga Olivas, I think you say hi. I will visit I think you say you'll visit Kenya one day. Brian Neo says, love at first sight does exist, though it might be your dream girl. Okay. How are you? I'm good. Do you like Jamaican man? Do I like Jamaican man? I like Jamaica and I like people, you know. Yeah. Yeah, I like Jamaicans generally. Oh, you're saying Raila Odinga? Grammar mistake from my side. Sorry, ma. Okay. Where are you from? I'm Kenyan. I am from Kenya. Okay, where are you guys from? Okay, okay? If I come to Jamaica, Keishan Harvey, which place would you recommend for me to visit when I get there? Okay, guys, keep telling me where you're watching me from. My good name is Omboy. No, it's man. I'm talking about. Oh, you're not talking about in general. You're talking about an Jamaican man. Okay, okay. I feel like when I see Jamaican man, I just see a black man, and I like black. I like every type of men. I like black, brown, white. I like him, but I'm in a relationship, Keishan. Okay. My keyboard is in controlling, it is automatically submitting. Okay, God, isn't that really annoying? Keishan says in St. Mary's. Okay, so that's what you would advise me to visit. Okay, interesting. That's nice. Okay, guys, keep letting me know where you're watching me from. Let us also keep subbing up, guys. Thank you so much for always tuning into my channel. Okay, so let me know where you're watching me from. Also, do you need physical attraction in relationships? Anybody from South Africa here? How was your day, guys? South Africans. So let me know where you. I keep doing like this to get warmth from my. Anyway. Okay. What was I saying? Brian Neo, it's cold here in South Africa. What's the temperatures in South Africa? Okay, also today you guys were marching in you were marching to demand for some rights. So so honestly, I've been looking for somebody to explain to me what's happening in South Africa. I know you're married. Hollywood status says physical attraction does not need to exist from the start for every relationship. Some people require an initial spark, while others find that attraction develops through emotional connection. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think coming to think about it, most of the time in these relationships, it's not like you feel like you don't feel like you're attracted. Sometimes you're not attracted to somebody on the go. You never even thought about them like that. But when you get to know them, they become attractive. So Keishan says, I know you're married. No, I am engaged, not married. Brian says it matches against illegal immigrants in South Africa. Okay, was it that bad? Like, was it that bad? I don't know. Maybe it feels weird because it's for your fellow Africans. Maybe that's why it feels weird. But what was it that bad that you guys had to march? I am always an advocate of Africa uniting and Africa being one. And maybe seeing that is not really encouraging when it comes to Africa uniting. It's not that encouraging. Who is South Africa? It's good to married. Okay, I didn't say married. I said engaged. Okay. Hollywood says who is South Africa president? I don't know. I don't know who is South Africa. Who is South Africa's president? God. I think South Africa have good presidents. I know. Okay. It's deporting illegal immigrants. There's a strain on resources. Okay. So there's a strain on resources. So that's what's wrong. Okay. Goodbye. Bye. Bye bye. Bye bye, Kay. Brian says Africa could unite, but if we could all have proper functioning countries. Yeah, honestly, I can see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, the fact that, yeah, we have to have individual countries functioning properly for us to unite. Maybe that will never happen, and that's in I will always say that's Africans' weakness. Okay, how do you guys expect to be taken seriously when we have like 54 countries and we don't agree with each other? You know, where do you live? Where unapajua Kagera? I don't know. I don't know where that is. Okay, how do we expect to be taken seriously if we don't take ourselves seriously? And that's exactly what I'm talking about. See, for example, when you look at Europe, these people are united. They talk like one. Okay, they have individual countries, but they are united. They even have a common currency. Okay, look at African's currency. Okay, Kenya different, South Africa different. Every country have their own currency. That's why you can't even negotiate for prices in the international market. you know yeah, so there's a lot of disadvantages than advantages to Africa staying ununited. Okay, these the advantages benefits other continents. Okay, the disadvantages all lies in the hands of Africans. mm. A aircraft says you're so beautiful, you should try for Miss Universe. How do you even start modeling? I wanted to try modeling, but I don't know where to start. Brian Neo says Africa will unite one day. Not possible, because for example, that whole thing about, and I can see why South Africans would feel so heavily about uh, their jobs being taken, their resources being taken by people who are not even entitled to those resources. But at the same time, so what will we fix first? Okay, I feel like maybe Africa will unite, but not today, neither tomorrow, and not in the years to come. Okay, because there's a lot of things to unite. First of all, if I was to become anything in Africa, I would call for us to have one currency. One currency, that would be a good way for us to be able to centralize our funds. Okay, Miss Universe. Okay, if you were to have one currency, literally, and I'm just being serious. Okay, if you are going to have one currency, so see, like the way in Europe they have euro, then we would have afro. Oh, okay, then we would have afro. Okay, the afro is the name of our money. Okay, so, and now we would be looking at the prices of euro going up and down. Okay, now we have pesos, we have shillings, we have other people talking about maybe Nigeria dollar. But if we were going to use one currency, that would, honestly, I don't know why leaders never, but I know leaders don't do that for their own selfish gain. Because if we unite Africans, most of this is maybe somebody wants to be a president, but they now cannot be a president. But see, we can still do the same thing that like Europe does. Have individual countries, but have one currency. That is a good way of uniting. Another way of uniting is to open boundaries. The boundaries between Africa should be open. I should be able to wake up tomorrow and just fly to uh what is it called, Papua New Guinea with ease. I should be able to go to Mozambique without needing a visa. So if we open our boundaries within the continent, and also we get ourselves one currency, that's a good place to start. Okay, so if there was to be a position to be an African president, you guys holler me, because see, I have a lot of ideas of how we can be able to unite Africa. But I feel like the currency is something that the president can even be able to do right now. Have one currency, but I don't know what would happen. Maybe there would be inflation. Maybe, I don't know. But you don't need a visa from Kenya to visit South Africa. You do. But I don't need a visa to visit Tanzania and Uganda because it's East Africa. Okay, let me Google. Oh, wow. Kenyans do not require a visa to enter South Africa for stays up to 90 days. Kenya passport holders can travel to South Africa visa free for up to 90 days for tourism or short-term visits. This policy was wow. A bilateral agreement between Kenya and South Africa allowing easier travel for business and tourism. Entry requirements: holding a Kenyan passport valid for 6 months. Proof of onward and return travel such as flight itinerary. Show proof of sufficient funds to cover the stay in South Africa. Present proof of vaccination for yellow fever and COVID-19 if applicable. Okay, so I didn't know that. Wow, that's good. Artcraft says Ghana is my favorite country in Africa. Why? It was cancelled by your president and our president. Oh, okay. Okay, that's maybe that's nice. Maybe we can say that's nice, and that I feel like that's what all countries should do. Okay. Aircraft says Ghana is my favorite country in Africa. Why Ghana? Okay, and guys, welcome to the live stream. My good name is Omboy. Let me know how you guys are doing. Also, we're having a conversation. The pinned thing is, do you need physical attraction from the start? Okay, let me send the next question. Okay. How old can you be? Use a celebrity's name to give us an idea. Okay, I think I always say my age, so I don't feel like there's any need to hide our. And also the celebrities. You're from South Africa. The celebrities in that makes sense to me. Maybe you might not know them. Those that make sense to you. Okay, make a wild guess. How old do I look? Can a woman be wifey material and still put herself first? Okay, you know, the other day I was joking that I think I'm wife material, and then and then I ended up wondering, am I really wife material? But it got me thinking. Can a woman be wifey material and still put herself first? Or is being wife material about putting your needs last? Is it about abandoning yourself? Uh, you know, all those things. Okay, what is being wife material? Okay, and can a woman be wife material and still put herself first? Okay, honestly, I feel like that's a tricky question. Okay, for most people, being wife material includes signing all your rights off to your children and to your husband. Okay, so I don't know. Can a woman be wifey material and still put herself first? I'd say you're close to Keke Palmer in her early 30s. Wow, no, let me just tell you my age. I don't want you to think that I'm too old. Wow. Oh, in her early 30s? Early 30s, Lord. No way. Okay. Can somebody else guess my age? Do I look like I'm in my early 30s? Really? But I'm not saying it's a bad thing to be in your 30s, but when you're not 30 and somebody says that you might be. Ooh, no way. No, I'm not. 28. You are right. You're 28, right? No. I'm 24. Okay. Wow. 28. 4 years older. 4 years older. Oh my god. Maybe I need to start wearing makeup. Okay. Ha 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 ha. 28. Wow. That's an interesting number. No offense, but you look and sound mature. I think I sound mature. Okay. I don't know if I look. Maybe it might be my hair. But I know I sound mature. Lydia says, "Hi, how are you? I missed you." Oh, Lydia, I missed you too. How are you doing? Welcome back to the live stream. How was your 23rd birthday? Not 23rd, 24. 24, 24, okay? I feel like I sound mature because of my life experiences, you know? I feel like I grew up pretty quick. I didn't, there was no chance for me to grow up like a normal child, okay? So, uh, I know my maturity. Sometimes I sound like I'm in my 30s, but poor boy is only 23. Ali, Ale01 Big says, where are you from? Kenya. I'm from Kenya. Where are you from? I'm from Arizona. Oh, the first person from Arizona. I think I have two people from Alabama, one from Northeast Ohio, two from California, some from Chicago. Okay, how is Arizona? Is it hot? I think I have always heard that Arizona is dry like a desert. So, love United States of America, okay? Yeah, I think I'm now, and I'm getting to know people with the place. Like I can remember almost everybody in the country that they say they're from. It's desert, okay? And I know right now it's summer. How hot is it? Or maybe okay, in a desert, do you get winter and summer? Okay, and sorry for being so curious because the first person from Arizona, like that is almost like real life. Mm. Arizona. Okay, guys, keep letting me know how you guys are doing. Alice says, actually, not all Arizona is desert, but 50% at least. Okay. Oh, okay. So they get seasons over there. Brian, you says you look like a strict teacher, but takes no nonsense. That takes no nonsense. Okay, if I would have been a teacher, I know for sure. I know for sure. Okay, but I feel like I'm just serious with my real life. That's just what it is. Paul Wafula says, Marbles. I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing? Ale01 Big says, today is 105 degrees Fahrenheit. Wow, that's hot. That's hot. Lydia says, I can watch you all day. Love your voice. I don't understand when people say they love voice, but thank you so much, Lydia. Where are you watching me from, Lydia? I think I remember you from the channel, but I don't think you ever told me where you watch me from. Which is I don't know, this wild thing about me remembering places. You can watch me all day doing, but see, sometimes I'm like, am I even interesting enough? Before I even start streaming, I'm like, God, Lol, what's Fahrenheit? You see, like the way in African countries we use degrees Celsius, like Britain. In America, they use Fahrenheit. Okay, so yeah, yeah. Oh, the imperial system. What we use is the imperial system. So whatever, this is what they use for degrees, for to show the temperatures in the US. Also in the US, in African countries we mostly use kgs. In America they use pounds, so it's the same thing. Like, yeah, but 105, you guys are melting. That's hot. That's hot. Fahrenheit. You know, that's why yesterday I was having some Americans here on the chat, and I was just asking, do you guys have to be so different? Like, when you look at American English, they have an alternative word for everything. Okay, for example, the world says water, America says water. Okay, the world says football, America says soccer. You know, they are melting. I know, and we are literally, it's cold. For example, right here is 16 degrees. 16 degrees Celsius, which is 62 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, it's cold out here. And see, you would expect Africa is the one that's burning, like people are burning. I'm watching you from Persia. Okay, now I'll never forget watching from Persia. Okay, okay. Okay, guys, we have a question. Can a woman be wifey material? Alex says also black people in US have their own English. I know. I've been watching them and I can't understand anything. Okay, I can understand, but they have a lot of slang in their English, like a lot of twang, you know. uh, yeah, you know what I'm saying. And you know, to be black, you have to say, you know what I'm saying. Okay. Okay, can a woman be wifey material and still put herself first? Can a woman be wifey material? Brian, you're so slow. I love Black American English. Okay, me too. I find it to be really attractive. You know, I can listen to somebody talking Black American English the whole day. Yeah, maybe that's why my partner is Black American. Some people ask me, how do I get so eloquent? Okay, literally, I'm eloquent uh because I went to school, but also because I speak English the whole day. Maybe when I'm streaming, also, like, my partner is Black American, although he's not so much into the Black English, but here and there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it kind of gives life tastes. Okay. Yeah, we are literally, guys, we are literally winding up. You're literally winding up. When you join in, let me know where you're watching me from. If you just joined into the channel, kindly consider liking and subscribing. That really helps out the channel. Yeah. So I think something that I said, okay, we're already on the first, okay? So I was gonna say something that I said for the next month is I'll try as much as possible to stay consistent and to see, thank you guys for the likes, to see how I can build, because it's all about building. Yeah, it's all about building. So I'm gonna stay consistent for the whole, what is it called, the whole month. Yeah, most probably the whole month. Yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in. Is there anybody typing anything? We are literally winding up, but guys, when this video gets posted, leave a comment down there. Okay, ask me any question, you can comment also on the topic of discussion. And also thank you so much. I think like I'm creating a situation, a family type of situation, okay, which is really nice, because at the end of the day, it's about creating, you know, it's not about, for me, it's not about even having a huge following, okay. Fame does not phase me at all, at all. Okay, fame does not phase me at all. Like if I was be told to go silent and stay rich, or be rich, or come here and be famous, I would take being rich every other time. So for me, it's all about creating a family right here. Derek Wallace says you should wear a fluffy robe. Why? Because why a fluffy one? Okay. So what I was saying is never about is for me, it's never about a huge crowd. It's about and few people, number of people that we are literally we are growing right here. Okay, you guys are helping me grow and I'm helping you grow. Alice says, yeah, but that's not properly the English that they teach us in school. I know. Mostly we white people speak proper American English. Yeah, yeah, and I know. And also there's black people who for example, like my partner, he grew up in a white neighborhood, so he pretty much speaks the proper American English. Okay, so I feel like also it depends, you know, the hood. Also, the thing that I feel like with black English, with the black American English, it has a lot of cursing. You can speak a word without curse words. And I feel like for some of us who learn English through television, we kind of pick up a lot of the cursing, you know, here and there cursing. When you say one word, you say a curse word, you know. Yeah, I like the American English, but also I also enjoy the Black American English. So, but I agree with you. Proper English is better. I saw your last shot about sleeping in the car in the US. You made me laugh. Okay, okay. You know, how can you say that I was homeless? You know, I was just sitting here. This creator, her name is Crystal. I picked her up from Sisters. Okay, was she the one who was saying that? But I don't know, whoever it was. They were saying, you know, I was going through a very tough season in my life. I was sleeping in my car. I'm like, what? You're going through a tough season in your life, you're sleeping in your car? Oh God, here in Africa, when you're going through a tough season in your life, you're sleeping in the trenches. Okay, because for me, for example, for me, I don't have a car. Okay, like a car is not a basic need here. So it's just surprising whenever somebody say that. I just cannot take them serious. Okay, when somebody says that, oh, I'm homeless right now, I want you guys to help me. I'm sleeping in my car. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you serious? Am I missing something? You have a car. You're rich. Derek Wallace says, because I want to see the fire on you. Okay, no, like, no, I feel like, no. Okay, yeah. Like, honestly, I feel like most Africans, we can't understand. How can you be homeless and sleeping in your car? Like, how can you be that? Like, if you have a car, you have a home, right? But I know, now that I have mostly even gotten to know most of you Americans here, I see what it is. A car is a basic need in the US. So which means most people will have a car and maybe they don't have a home. Okay, because you need a car to go everywhere. So wow. So but it's still a culture shock. That's still a culture shock. How can you be homeless sleeping in your car? And I think you should also catch up with the whole live stream. The whole live stream was so funny. People were saying stuff. Yeah. Okay, so that's nice. That's an encouragement for me to keep posting the shorts. Because I do this long form content and sometimes I'm like, maybe the shorts are a waste of time, but I see it's reaching some of you, so that's nice. Okay. Yeah, that's how you know you're living in a rich country. If you know you're homeless sleeping in your car. Ugh. Yeah. Here if you're homeless, you're sleeping in the bushes. Hey. Okay, guys, let's wind up when it comes to the live stream today. Tomorrow I'm gonna come back 3 p.m. Kenyan time, and also during the nighttime hours. Okay, so okay, let me hold up a little bit in case anyone is typing. I don't want to leave anybody out. The car, it's a must because most of places are even 30 miles from house. Okay, let me tell you, even here it can be 50 miles, but do you have it? Yeah, but okay, it's I feel like it's all about the economy, but I see what you're saying. The cars are more accessible out there, and also 30 miles, that's a long distance. Yeah, I feel like people here are used to walking, and or maybe priorities. I feel like in this life it's all about priorities. Okay, so for Americans, a car is a priority. For some of us, a car is something that you buy after you're already rich. Alice says sleeping in car is the bad moment in in your life. It means, okay, it means it's bad moment in your life. Okay, yeah, I know, because it means you don't have a house, so which means you just opt to sleep in your car. But but that was one of the culture shocks of my life. Culture shocks of my life. Somebody talking about their lowest have, but they have a car. God. Okay, but now that I have involved myself with a lot of a lot of videos about America, a lot of videos to do with America. Now I know a car is a basic need, and I know cars are more accessible out there, and also it's a priority. You should buy a caravan. A caravan? What's a caravan? Like the one for porridge? A trailer. Okay, a trailer, like a house. Okay. Yeah, recently I have been so much interested in tiny houses and home on wheels. I see many Americans doing that. I would like to do that. Home on wheels. Whenever you feel like you don't want to stay here anymore, you just pick up your thing and keep going. Eh. That sounds interesting. You should buy a caravan. Okay, what do you mean, Brian? Let me grab myself a cup of tea. Uh, Alice says, not in every state you can sleep in a car. Wow, really? Mark Shark, Once Upon a Time, the end. And in the beginning, Uh, Allah says it's not illegal. It's not illegal at all. But in some states, if police caught you sleeping in a car, might get you a ticket. Wow. Get you. What if you pay for parking? What if you pay for parking? You pay to park your car someplace. Someplace safe. You know, I saw this guy. He's American, so he went into the woods, and then he's homeless, right? So he just said that he's tired of the system because the system is about giving, 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 and you're not getting anything back. So he went into the woods, and he used the trees in the woods to build himself like a small shack. And he went and bought some insulation from Walmart. Honestly, I'm excited to follow his journey. He's posting something on TikTok. I don't know what is his name, but it's really interesting to say that he's going. How is he supposed to be paying for a house while everything is natural and everything is supposed to be free? Okay, but I can agree. We are literally trapped in this system of paying rent, system of paying mortgage. You know, we are literally we are trapped. We are trapped in this thing. Okay, so how is it illegal? Like, why would a cop give you a ticket? Okay, if you, let's say, if you pay for parking, you pay for somewhere to park your car. If I lived in the US, Bob, welcome to the live stream. How are you doing? If I lived in the US, I think I would DoorDash the whole night and Uber Eats. DoorDash, Uber Eats the whole night. Yeah. See, this time that I'm using here to talk to you guys, I would be outside there, door dashing and all of that. Like, no sleep for the weekend. BBT Food says, hey, how are you? I'm good. How are you doing? Where are you watching me from? And guys, when you join the live stream, can you like the live stream and subscribe? Mark says, what if you lived in that blue cup? That's unrealistic. What's your favorite show? Oh, my favorite shows right now is I Will Find You. I just finished watching that. Right now, I want to get myself to start watching Fool Me Once. Fool Me Once. I am enjoying shows that are written by Harlan Coben. I don't know about yours. What's your favorite show? Alex says, but I understand you what you mean, or how you can be homeless and sleeping in. Like, yeah, how can you be homeless and sleeping? Like, I just feel like that's rich. Like the fact that you even have a car, that's rich. M Rock from House. Okay, that's where you're watching me from. Okay, that's okay. You're watching me from House. Okay. Yeah, yeah. You understand my perspective. Okay. The Mark says watching Downsizing the film, then go back to that the blue cup. Watch Downsizing. Is it on YouTube? Is it on Netflix? Why would I downsizing? The title is already telling. Downsizing. Ha ha ha. Okay. Morris Musa. Hi Morris. It's a film. Where can I find it? Morris says yes. Wife material has nothing to do with who's first or last. It's all about understanding your hubby and treating your man respectively. Okay, treating him respectively. But does that mean putting yourself last in the film department? Okay, I don't know how I can access that. Okay, because pretty much I don't have Hulu, I don't have Amazon, I don't have all those, so I use Netflix. Where he says, I forgot to say hi, I have missed you, how are you? I'm good. Okay, yeah, I feel like I feel like people or men under is it underrate or overdo the whole thing to be wife material. Like what is that even supposed to mean? Wife material. Supposed to mean that a woman that serves exclusively and forgets herself. What is it supposed to mean? I will not get married. Why? uh, why? Okay, maybe I shouldn't ask why. Okay, right. Okay, guys, welcome to the live stream. My good name is Omboy. Thank you so much for being here. I gotta take note. It's good take note. It's good take note. Okay, how can you recommend something and you're not telling me how can I watch it? So when you tell me it's in the film uh department, I don't have that. Can I see it on Netflix? I was bewitched. What does that mean? Alice says, I'm gonna go to Africa only for a girlfriend because I'm not gonna take a girlfriend from the US. Why? I think why is everybody going to get a girlfriend from Africa? Okay, what's your reasoning behind it? I said yes, search Netflix. Okay, thank you. Let me I don't know if maybe I can search right now. Okay, I'll search right now and I'll tell you if I can find it. Okay, why is everybody looking for a wife in Africa? I don't know everybody actually, to be honest. Almost everybody, let me tell you, like the number of people coming out and saying that they're not willing to get married in the US. Bob says, I'm going to I'm going to US to get a girlfriend. Why? Why US? It's only to make jokes. Really? But I feel like most people are serious. Okay, I have seen so many people who are serious about that. Maurice says to Brian, marrying is troubles. Um, Also, I'm not seeing myself marrying in this life. Why? Why you guys don't want to get married? Is it expensive or what? Alex says, I'm going to Europe actually, to be honest. In countries like Spain, Italy, Mediterranean countries. Why? Is it that the women out there are more into being a wife, or what is it about? Okay, I have also seen black people in America saying that uh, saying that they are also coming to African countries to look for wives. And now I see you guys saying you're also going to Europe. Who's going to marry the women in America? Or maybe the guys from Africa are going to, like Bob. Bob, you have a chance in marrying women in America. Can she be I'd have to ask her. Who? Unless it's I like Nigerian girls, to be honest. They are crazy girls. Okay. Okay, I don't know about that. Ooh, they are recommending this show called Runaway. I might be watching it. Let me look. Downsizing. Why do you say crazy? Downsizing. Don't breathe. Some shows, sometimes they don't show some shows here and they show out there. It's not here. I can't find the show. Do you have DSTV in Kenya also? Yeah, but you have to get it, but I don't have it. Downsizing. They don't have it. They don't have it. Bob says to Ale Big, you help me get rich American girls. I'll help you get Nigerian girls. Okay, the word rich for you is very important to you, Bob. Real. Okay, deal. uh, you deserve to my queen in my mind. Okay, just watch the advert for downsizing on YouTube. Okay, I'll do that. And I'll see if it's my type of cup of tea. Okay, now you guys are making deals. Uh, okay, he said he doesn't want Nigerian girls. He said he wants he's going to Europe, like Spain or Italy. Wow, I feel like in the next 30 years, because people will have intermarried so much, yeah, the world will be looking like flowers, mixture of flowers. Maurice Musao says, I do believe that love and marriage, it's all scam in modern day. Have been avoiding my mom for 5 years now. I discovered that she had been planning to find a wife for me. Life starts at 60. Wow, life starts at 60. Okay, now at 60 you are a big boy. You better have money, because if you wait until 60, you better have some money, because nobody will talk to you if you don't have a dime. Mark Jack says English tea, London. Yeah, I'm having Kenyan tea. But in Kenya, we are so much about tea. We value tea more than coffee, although we also grow coffee. Yeah, I have tea every few minutes. Mark said, okay, it's 11:39 p.m. in London. It's okay. God, it's 10. You guys are 2 hours behind. It's midnight. It's 12:40 p.m. here. Okay, for you saying that life starts at 40, at 60, you better have some money. Otherwise, you will be so shocked. This when you have money, there's a particular way that somebody with money looks. But at 60 with no money, you're gonna be looking so old, my good friend. Okay, so you better get ready for that. Alice says, I'm gonna come to Zanzibar. Oh, Zanzibar, one of my dream destinations. So beautiful. Okay. When are you coming to Zanzibar? Mark says, I cancelled. Uh, huh. Oh, I'm assuming you're saying Netflix as monthly. I thought it cost too much. I scroll and watch nothing. Nothing toss. Okay. Okay, maybe I think you're talking about Netflix. You know what? Sometimes I'm looking for something. Okay, sometimes I'm looking for something to watch and everything is not even making sense. But when I get to watch, like for example, the month of June that just passed few minutes ago. Oh, some of you are still in June. We are in July here in Kenya. Okay. Uh, for that, I think for that month I've watched. It was the money that I paid. I have watched so much, but for other months I rarely even open. I just, let's say I'm so busy scrolling. Scrolling is way easier and all of that. What are good places in Kenya? Mombasa, Diani. If you want the coastal vibe, the beach and all of that, Mombasa, Diani. How much there a month for? From it starts from 300. If you want to be able to use different devices, you have to pay, uh I think 350, I don't know, 350 Kenya shillings if you want to watch it on different devices. If you want it to be more clear, you have to add another 100. Yeah, I want to see lions in the savannah. Okay, then the best place to go to see lions in the savannah is a place called Masai Mara. Yeah, so I feel like the cost is anywhere between $3 and $5. Yeah, but they keep increasing. They keep increasing. Mostly in Africa, in Africa they were doing it for free, and then they just started charging. So hopefully they will. That's how they do it. They keep adding the price little by little. Yeah. So if you want to see lions in the savannah, you can go to so cheap. Wow. Yeah. And see, like my fiance also almost pays like $21 for the same, but he's in the US. And me $2 or $3. Yeah. Moi said, of course, life starts at 60. Good time to settle down and wait for your death. uh, um, actually, I'm joining Bachelor's community. I just need money in this life, as for a woman, Samantha can do. Okay, well, hope you will. Okay, let me not say that. Let me not say that. But yeah, enjoy your decision. Unless it's so cheap, yeah. Yeah, at most, I think at most is $4. 1 English pound, and you know what? The English pound have gotten so strong. 1 English pound is equals to 171 Kenya shillings. Yeah, so which means 100. Yeah, I think with the English pound, I feel like it's like £2, but with the US dollars, because it's equals to like 120 something shillings. Yeah. That's why I say, like, for you guys, if you move to African countries with your US dollar or with your English pound, with your euro, yeah, you can literally live like a king. You can even afford maid. Because for example, let's say a maid wants to be paid, or a nanny wants to be paid, like, uh, let's say even if at most 15,000, when you convert that, it's just like $100 for a whole month. $100 for a whole month. Yeah. Where I stay at, this place is like $62. How much for your blue cup? How much for this cup? This cup is cents. Like, it's like, okay, let me tell you in shillings. 40 shillings. 40 shillings. This one is 40 shillings. That's almost 0.00 something. Joking. Moi says, unless Rowan big, I'm selling a lion, a black lion. Oh God. Does it have to be a black one? Okay. Yeah. So the thing is, if you have money saved up and come to out here, you can have a blast for like 2 months, and then you can give yourself a break for like 3 months. You just enjoy. Yeah. But when it comes to hotels and restaurant, they have learned how to use the US dollars when it comes to charging. So that might not be cheaper. But when it comes to everything else, as far as you don't do it straight at the hotel, it's so much easier. My rent a month is 1,000 English. Wow. A thousand English. Let me see, $62. Let me tell $62 times 12. I don't know if there's a calculator here. Wow. And mine is $62. Yeah, we are living in different worlds. Okay, let me take my calculator. Not calculator, my laptop, so I can use it to calculate. $62 times 12. Since I left school, I usually don't use my head to think, like to do maths. Oh, how do you multiply? $744 for the whole year. For the whole year, if I keep staying at this place, the rent is $744 for a whole year. Yeah, can you imagine? A whole year, my friends. 744. So your rent for 1 month can pay my rent for a whole year. Mark Shark says in London it's 1,500 a month for a shoebox. 1,500 a month for a shoebox. 1,500 I can pay rent for 1.5 years. Morris says it's not a must to marry, but it's a must to have kids. It's not a must to have kids. Then you live your fullest without restrictions. Life is on time, opportunity, and it should be lived fully. Okay, that's your opinion. I'll move to Africa tomorrow and rent a palace. Yeah, yeah, but also Also in Nairobi, people are starting, you know, because there's a lot of Americans, especially Black Americans, moving to Nairobi. The prices, people are starting to charge a lot. But yeah, because of course also as a foreigner, especially if you don't have a Kenyan accent, they are going to be overcharging you. But yeah, even after being overcharged, you'll still be living like a king, my friend. Shannon Kim Brog says hi. Hi to you, Shannon. Good to see you. Where are you watching me from? Okay. Yeah. With let me tell you, with like $5,000, you can build a good house here. Well, it says, Mr. Mark, so a shoebox is expensive than your monthly rent. What are you trying to say? Oh, I think he's using, what is it called? Uh, but he's not talking about a shoebox. He's using a shoebox to represent how small the house is. Am I wrong? Yeah, life in Kenya is especially when you have the money, especially if you're able to earn in US dollars or even English pound or euro. If you can be able to earn like that when you're out here, then you're gonna have a good life. Yeah, size of, yeah. He's not talking about a shoebox, but you see stuff. What do you call that? It has an English word. I think it has a where you use something to represent another one. Okay. Is it symbolism? Maybe symbol. I think it's symbolic. Yeah, yeah, that is it. Hey, you see, I can teach you English, Maurice. Okay. Yeah, representation, or even yeah. Okay. Uh, Essie says synonym. Okay, synonym. Oh, how are you doing, Essie? Maurice says, Wambo, can you go on a blind date? Can I go on a blind date? Um, why would I go on a blind date? Why would I go on a blind date? Picture of a waterfall. Okay, you all, I'm going to start selling that waterfall to you guys. Okay, I'm going to start selling. First of all, you guys, I'll start to sell to you guys my work. Now I'm gonna become an artist. So if you want to check that out, check me out on you can click on my picture right there, and also you can see where it's written my name is Wamboya, I'm from Kenya. So scroll down and then tap on that thing for buy me coffee, and you'll see the things that I'm doing here. Mark says, I'd recommend with your eyes open. Essie says, I'm doing all right. How are you? I'm doing great. No complaints. Mark says, I'd recommend a date with your eyes open. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Stop scratching your head. Just come clean. Okay. Are you? Do you want to force me to go on a blind date or what? Mark says, brown and white bag. Okay, I'll start selling this to you guys, so you guys better you better check me out on whatever what I'm telling you guys, and support me down there. three trees three trees, a moon, and a deer. Okay, wow, your eyes are so, you know. Yeah, but those two arts are literally symbolic for me. Oh, they represent something. Maybe waterfall, because I come from a waterfall town. Three trees, a moon, and a deer. It represents nature, like nature, you know, for the love of nature, you know. Okay, so guys, keep letting me know where you're watching me from. My good name is Omboy. Also, ask me any question. Ask me any question. Maurice asked me if I could go on a blind date, and I don't think so. Guess your star sign. Guess your star sign. Um, I would go with Aries. Do you say Aries? Yeah, I would go with Aries. Okay. Maurice says, okay, suppose I invite you on a blind date. Would you show up? No. Absolutely not. Especially the way you talk about marriage as a bad thing, like women are all about money and stuff, I'll never show up. Wrong. Okay, Gemini, are you Gemini? Gemini? Let me look for the star sign that is usually for rude people. Let me look for the one for rude people, and then I'll tell you. Okay, let me. Uh-huh. Oh, Leo. You are Leo. Confident, uh, creative, passionate. Are you Leo? No, I'm just picking stuff. Okay, my star sign. I am Gemini. Mutable air sign. Curious, communicative, adaptable. Ruled by Mercury. Dry sense of humor. Thank you. Oh, you're Leo. You're Leo. I got Lion. No, are you? You're not Leo. Dry sense of humor. Ah, oh, me. Oh, on my end. I get on very well with Gemini. You get on very well. I'm Gemini. You get on very well with Gemini. Okay, let me search which star sign gets on very well with Gemini. I don't know. Okay, you're not Aries. You're not Taurus. Maybe you are. I'm Pisces. Okay, let me check. Mutable water sign. Ooh, and Gemini is a mutable air sign. Empathetic. Are you? You don't sound empathetic on the screen. Intuitive, um, and artistic. Oh, you're artistic. Ruled by Neptune and Jupiter. Okay, wow, that's good. That's good. You guys can also tell me your star sign if it matters to you. Honestly, for me, the star signs don't like they don't usually mean. Okay, now they are starting to mean things to me, but they usually don't. Like, yeah. Alice says okay, love that you love us Americans. Yes, I do. Like, yeah, you know what? I see Americans are hardworking. I see Americans are all of those good things. Alice says some people tend to throw shit at us and hate us. Okay. Yeah, maybe jealousy, we all want to come from a good place. Yeah. And also, I feel like most of us, what we like about America is that you guys, your democracy, what you guys stand for, but Alice says, but are always broke people from broke countries that hate us. Okay, I am a broke person from a broke country, but I like you guys because I can only get inspired. Okay, yeah. So the truth is, we all sit here and we are like, God, I wish I had the same opportunities like you guys. But also, I can see how we can be able to create the. Maybe we are not able to create the opportunities, but also another thing that I love about Americans is support. When you guys decide that you're supporting something or you like somebody, you just go all in. And I feel like uh, that is so great. Something that we don't do out here. It's very rare to see people supporting people that hard. Mark Shark says, positive attitude and love yourself first. Mourn and complain, and you will have a salty attitude and stick up your stick up your ass. Okay, yeah, me personally, like the thing is, I don't have a reason to hate people. God, I have been through so much in life to even have the energy to like to like just hate on people just because they are doing better than I am. Just to dislike people because they have better opportunities, they're in a maybe a better place than I am. No, no, no. Yeah. So, but I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Okay, let me keep looking at this. Hatred is a strong word. Okay, maybe dislike. Okay, is a strong word, but don't people do that? What he says to Ale Big says, I can give you an answer. Nobody hates American people. International community love Americans. I think you are wrong. There is difference between people and administration. Okay, but you know what? I feel like most people want to be like Americans, but you know you are really not. So, which is why I feel like most black people are jealous of black people in America, just because they are Americans. Okay, you know, you want them so bad to be Africans. You want them so bad to be Africans, to be born in this safari, but are they? No, they are not. Blue cup is now empty. Yeah, it is. Can you fill it up? And I have just run out of tea. I don't know if I still have milk, some extra milk to make some tea. Yeah, you're really observant, right? Boy, I'm seeing you. You're seeing me. How are you seeing me, sir? How are you seeing me? Okay, isn't that true? Isn't that true? Don't you want to be American, right? You really want to have that chance, right? Okay. Elements and their influence. Let me now take this chance to look at the star signs. Fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Passionate, energetic, and creative. As he says, is not true, girl. What's not true, girl? What's not true, in your opinion? Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Practical, grounded, and reliable. Oh, practical, grounded, and reliable. Derek Wallace says, I want that jacket with the fur. Come get it, sir. Okay, no. No. Okay. You know, I think I should even start a clothesline. You know, you guys are gassing me up you're gassing me up so much. I feel like I should start my own clothesline. Maurice Moshao says, can I refill your mug? I be your personal assistant. No payment inclusive. Okay, Alice says to Maurice, brokey people that say that we are in debit for everything. You're in debt for everything, but it's how our system works, bro. Yeah, the credit card system. Okay, that's how the system works. You know, I have seen people say, but also another thing is about the fact that you guys build houses with wood. Okay, that's another thing that people are like, okay, you know, even though you guys have beautiful houses, they are built by wood and cardboard. So people usually say stuff like that. You know, like says, can I wear it? Yeah, I'm good. You know what? I will, you know, all these clothes that I'm wearing right now when I'm filming this show, I will start a clothesline, and then this jacket will part and then you guys can just get it, and you can get my natural scent. As he says, like some Africans want to be American, so, but that's true. That's true. Let's just be honest. Okay, or don't you want to come from maybe a better place, right? We all want to come from a better place, right? That's why people even want to learn American accents, you know. That's why yeah. And I'm not different. I'm not different, you know. Derek says, can I okay. Litfair says, hi Litfair, good to see you. Women don't like to spend their money, so to be fast, you gotta be willing to risk it all. Okay, women don't like spending their money. Why would I spend my money if you're claiming to be my man? Like, okay, you know, I want you to have an attitude when I spend my money. You know, you're like, why did you spend your money? You know, you would have told me. You know, Then Ikwale says, can I come get the jacket? No, you wait for me to post it online when I'm selling it. Oh, okay. Let me keep looking at the star signs. Taurus, Virgo. Okay, and guys, you can keep liking the live stream. My good name is Omboy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn says practical, grounded, and reliable. Can I wear the fur? Yeah. Yeah, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, intellectual, social, communicative. Okay. Maurice Marshall says geopolitics, but to my opinion, the current administration is a curse. Good people of America and a corrupt administration. That's the fact. Okay, and that's why I was talking about. We all admire the democratic system in America, and I hope you guys don't disappoint us. Do not disappoint the world this November when you have to show up for the midterm elections. We love being there because it's a developed country, but I think not being them is the same as saying blacks want to be white so bad. No, no, do you know there's black people, there's Asian people in America, there's black people in America. Okay, okay, we all want to be there because it's a developed country, right? That's the whole point about it, because it's a developed country. Okay, it's not like, okay, but the truth is, I feel like also, to be really honest, I'm not gonna be sugarcoating here. I feel like also most black people want to be white so bad. Okay, that's why you find out that we have parents who like to have lighter skinned children. Okay, right? I feel like most people want to be white so bad. Like that's why we have a lot of people doing a skin bleaching, and I'm not different. I have talked about here on my channel. When I was in university, I was having acne, and somebody recommended some oil for me, and that oil was bleaching my skin. But at the end of it all, I just stopped doing that. But the truth is, this is all to say that we all know that black people want to, especially Africans, I'm talking about Africans or Kenyans, want to be. That's why the bleaching industry is thriving. How is it thriving? How is the bleaching industry thriving? Because people are buying the products, right? Okay. Lift says, there's a time a woman told me she's broke, and in the next hour she got herself something expensive online. Her response was, I'm broke to you, but not myself. Okay. Okay. What did you want her to get you? Oh, so she was telling you she's broke. So did you give her money, or what happened? Mark says, I want to to be blue like that empty cup. You want to be blue? You want to be blue so bad? Okay, you know what? I have a way to recommend for you to be pink, but not blue. I don't know what you're gonna do for you to be blue. It's a country with that best economy, but we all can't fit in. Yeah. Yeah, so I feel like if you have opportunity somewhere else, because we cannot all fit in a specific. Okay, why don't we make our places great? Okay, why can't we make our places great? Alice says, why want to be white? You should appreciate yourself as you are. Okay, most people want to be, but most black people, most Africans. Okay, let me stop talking about black people because I don't want black people here to come and attack me. But let me talk about something that I know for sure. Most people in Kenya want to be white so bad. You'll see even in families, the lighter skinned children might be treated better. I don't know. It's about power dynamic. I have talked about um the effects of colonization up to date in African countries. I've talked about that. Guys, you should check out that video. Yeah, it's still here. Like the effects of colonization are still here. Mark says, I must retire to COVID Good night, Africa. Okay. Good night, United Kingdom. Maurice Musao says, now at least I know your star sign. So, okay. Maurice says, AC, but not Kenyans. Kenyans just want money, not American citizenship. Kenyans, we do love our country and proud to be Kenyans. And those in America got dual citizenship. Okay. Yeah. No, I was just giving an example of how Ambo is saying because it's ironic. Yeah, I know. I know it sounds ironic, but okay, haven't you seen lighter skin? Especially, tell me when it comes to the beauty side, when it comes to who men are more willing to choose, okay? Who men are more willing to choose? Men are more willing, black men are more willing to go for lighter skin women with who are more curvaceous, you know, more curvaceous. That's what African men are more willing to go for, okay? Because the light skin pigment represent a particular type of, it's like they have won in life, you know. Yeah. Alice says, my parents are originally from a country called Albania in Europe. Wow, that's interesting. So they immigrated to America. Alice says, do you know it? No. Oh yeah, I have heard about Albania. I've heard about Albania. As he says, you guys don't understand me. I'm saying no one wants to be anyone. They like the lifestyle. Yeah. But see, the lifestyle is what influences people to want to be like these people. That's why we want the accent. That's why we want. Uh, okay, tell me you have not encountered, especially as a black girl. If you're a black girl, what the? Eh, eh. I live next to the road, guys. Sorry. Uh, tell me, as a black girl, what do most African men want? They like light skinned women with big we who are curvaceous, right? Um, Alice says they moved in the US in 1999 because my uncle was in New York. Okay, wow, and you've been there ever since. Now, do you consider yourself American or Albanian? I'm a white guy, but I don't see any advantage. And I know, and that's why Africans need to get over that. You know, these are the effects of colonization. Even I was black, I had to work for my goals. And I know. No, I'm not sitting here and saying that like people think that when you're white, things are handed to you, but there's just uh this whole thing, power dynamic thing going on, you know. And guys, okay, let me pin this right here for those of you who are asking how to. Okay. Yeah. Okay, nobody thinks that you're being handed anything, and I don't think anyone not wants to be handed anything. It's just the fact that maybe if you're something else, it's all about opportunities, you know. But you know what? I have realized that most of these opportunities you have to create for yourself, you know. So that's something that I've realized, you know. So yeah, most of these opportunities that we see, and then we are like, oh my god, this was, you know, you gotta create these opportunities for yourself sometimes. So maybe that's what we miss out on. We are waiting to get employed by somebody. How don't we think about what can we do? Okay. Ugh. Maury says, Essie, are you biased? What's in America you can't get in Asia and Europe. China is more developed than US. There are better places in the world. America is only the economy, nothing else. Okay. Okay. So are you trying to say that that United States of America is overhyped, overrated maybe? Is that what you're saying? China, China, there is no free speech. You go to jail if you speak bad about the government. Also, not to mention, do you guys know about China's one child policy? See the type of things that you guys say that you want to have 5 children. You can't do that in China. They have one child policy, and that's why, because we want to, we want to sit here and act like success comes from nowhere, or like these countries, how they achieve that comes from nowhere. In China, they have gone through a season where, like, if you got 2 children, yeah, you literally had to, you literally had to, I don't know the right term to use, but you literally had to flush that child out. Okay, one child policy. Are you aware with that? Would you be able to live in a place, Maurice, where you're doing one child policy? You see the way you want to exercise the power of um your I don't know, the power of your nuts by just getting everybody pregnant. You cannot do that in China. They have the one child policy. Can you do that in United States? Yes. uh Diogo Sangues says, where are you from? I'm from Kenya. Okay. Kenyan. Yeah, so yeah. In China, one child policy. The whole thing that you guys do here in Kenya, where you guys are having 5 children, that's very illegal out there. Okay. Dystopian societies appear in many subgenres of fiction, and often used to draw attention to society, environment, politics. Okay. Wow. Wow. China is the really, you go to okay, I think I read that China is dystopian society. Alice says, and they also have credit social score system. If you're not a good citizen, you're banned from anything. Yeah. Okay, and okay, they can have that, but see, even the system where they are controlling, so it shows you the success that they have not been achieved from nowhere. Okay, these people are controlling even the number of children you can have. Can you imagine that? Okay, so if you just want to be everywhere, you get snipped. Yeah, you can't go exercising my power as a black man to spread my seed. Maurice says, as can't you see how the whites are wanting Africa badly? I'm Kenya until I die, but let's agree in one thing. Dollar have survived for 8 years so far, so I don't see it surviving for the next 20 years. Okay. But when the dollar goes down, the English, like right now, the English pound right now, one English pound is equals to 171 Kenya shillings. So yeah, and see, our currency will never be up there if Africa do not have one currency. Those are stories of another time, guys. Stories of another time. Okay. So can you survive in China, Maurice, now that you know about the one child policy? Okay, if we America will go down, all the world will go down. That's a fact. Okay. I don't think. Okay, if America will go down, okay, which I think maybe you guys will have a chance to correct that. Um, there will be other countries. Canada is nice, but okay, it's not like we are sitting here praying for you guys to go down, but yeah. But see, the dollar is losing its place. The dollar, like during the Biden's time, dollar was always leading. It was always on top of the pound and the euro. Canada is an extension of US. I know. Yeah, but so okay. Yeah. So what do you feel about your current administration? Unless it's simply, I don't care, mind my own business. That's how everyone should do, okay? Okay, but I feel like that's why most people are saying that America will go down. Some kind of people, huh? Who do you want us to watch now? What do you want us to watch now? I don't know what you're saying. Okay, but how can you stay in a place and not think about the administration? Like, how can you stay in a country and not think about the person who is governing you guys? I feel like it's pretty much like out here we just we troll our president, we call him out, you know. I said, what are we watching now? You tell me, what are you watching now? Maury says to Ale, uh, we in 21st century. China is dominating the system, and that's why U.S. administration is using war as usual to sustain the dollar economy. New world order is knocking. I don't want to talk about politics, okay? It's never ending cycle. Okay? Never ending cycle, okay? Yeah. Never ending cycle. Yeah. Honestly, I think the easier way for you to get drained, uh the easier way for you to get drained is by thinking about politics every other time, okay? Politics and religion never talk about, said my grandma. But your opinion is needed, Alex, you know? But because I feel like for me, I usually talk about politics and religion. You know why? If I don't talk about it, who is going to talk about it? It's because they go in fights inevitably. Yeah, I know. I know. You know, the other day we were having a conversation here, and uh, their their conversations just they they became unbearable. Even there's a guy who who was saying stuff here, and we were just throwing words at each other right here, because I'm not gonna sit here and see like when I'm being defeated. Maybe what I'm saying for somebody else, they don't think it makes sense. So I can see, and we were talking about religion. Okay, it was a very heated discussion. Okay, so maybe it creates more enemies than friends. Talking about politics, maybe it creates more enemies than friends. Okay, so that's a good way of maybe doing it. Although I hope you vote. I hope you vote even in that case, because at the end of the day, uh, politics affect our day-to-day life. Yeah. Alice says you have to say things by what really are, what they really are. Can you become billionaire? Can you become millionaire in few years in US if you open your own business? Heck yes, you can. Yeah, you can. You can become. No country is like US that pays meritocracy. Okay, yeah, the land of the free and opportunities. I have to say that there is a lot of opportunities. Although how I'm seeing it right now, there's a lot of opportunities, but also we can also, if you be able to spot opportunities everywhere. I feel like everywhere has opportunities, but you have to spot them. Morris says to Akebig, you just patriotic American. Canada is never US, it's an independent state. We are aware that have been eager to annex Canada to be 51st, but turned to Venezuela. Unless it's lots of opportunity, but also a lot of lazy people here. Okay. Because see, like, because I usually think about, for example, for those people who maybe, okay, and I know sometimes you just don't feel like you want to work or whatever. But see, I would be door dashing at night, cleaning people's butts during the day, uh, in the evening, Alice says lots of opportunities, but also a lot of lazy people here. Okay. Mori says, are you selling coffee or a coffee farm? Coffee. So I'm selling coffee. Maybe if you guys want me to start a coffee farm, you also can tell me. Alice says, but there's the true fact. There's only country in the world where you can do whatever you want to be and live your life how you want. Yeah. And it's also one country that almost everybody has a gun. United States of America, the land of the free. Alice says, if you can become an actor, you can. You want to be an entrepreneur, you can. You want to be a doctor, you can. Yeah. Mori says, Alice says, America got money. Why should they? The fact that America got money does not mean that you have money. Okay, or are you talking about the welfare system? Okay. If America have money does not mean you have money, does it? Yeah. I don't know if I still have some milk. I like talking when I'm having some tea. Yeah. Also, something else that I like about the US is like even in the informal sector, okay, you can become something in the informal sector. Out here in the informal sector, what do you make? $2 after 2 days in the informal sector. See, out there in the informal sector, people in the informal sector, plumber, they make real money. Those guys make real money. Okay, I want to. Uh, lucky for me, I still got some tea. Yellow Wimp says, you send me some yellow flowers. Ah, oh God, yellow hearts. Whatever, man. Okay, now I'm going to make a sweet cup of tea. Cup of tea. Keep telling me where you're watching me from. My good name is Wamboy. Thank you so much for being here. So this is a platform where we talk about everything. Okay, honestly, at this point, I cannot even tell you where the conversation is at, but we are having a conversation, right? Okay, so I'm making some tea. You guys keep the comments coming. Which country is better, United States or China? Okay, let me write that on the screen. China or USA? Ugh. Maurice Musal says to us, I'm selling a black lion, hyenas and leopards. Come by, take them to US Park for investment. You never saw a lion in real life. I'm betting you he has, probably. China. Because you're broken. Dare you cover the camera? Why do you keep sending that? I feel like even the other time you were here, you said that, like, cover the thing with your nose. Do you have a nose fetish? You have a nose fetish. You should be a bad guy, okay? God, guys, welcome to the live stream. My good name is One Boy. Thank you so much for being here. Europe. Oh, Alez01 says, I'll buy you a Starbucks from the link. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Starbucks. We don't have Starbucks in Kenya, but we have other forms of coffee. Thank you. Starbucks. Europe. Why? Anything? You know, I feel like you're secretly a hater, Maurice. Okay. I feel like you're secretly a hater. Why? Oh, why Europe? Okay, tell me why Europe. Shaika, Europe is small. Shaika Dalvahid says, hello dear, how are you? Me personally, I would still go with America. First of all, I can understand the language. I feel like there's a lot of opportunities. Also, as a black person, I feel like America is better because there's also black, so people are not going to be surprised when they see you. Where are you from? In Kenya. I'm from Kenya. Alex01 says, I've been on multiple time in Europe. It's very too slow and chill. Okay, and I don't think they have opportunities like. And then also, okay, maybe as a white person, Europe is better, but most people, especially in rural areas in Europe, have never seen black people. So I think I would rather go someplace where people will not be surprised when they see somebody looking like me. I don't know. Who is your favorite singer? Favorite singer? Billy Joe. I know that's old school. Yeah, Billy Joe. And my favorite song is, and I know it's like old school or something. Uh my favorite song is, what is it called? Um Favorite song is Piano Man. I always sing Piano Man here. Okay, let me add some milk to my tea. Uh, Maurice says, Europe is small in square miles, or what do you mean? Alice says, in my origin country, Albania, in Europe, of my parents, they've never seen a black person. Really, I'm not joking. They've never seen, and see somebody staring at me. I, okay, I know I will want to experience that somebody staring at me because honestly, they've never seen a black person. So, and I've also seen white people being stared at. So, yeah, Maurice says Europe is cooler than America. For instance, you can't compare London and New York. London is better. Okay, but also, UK is not part of Europe. Okay, it is typically, but they are not part of the European whatever. But see, London is also multicultural. There's a lot of black people in London. There's a lot of black British people. Okay, they've never seen a black person in Albania. Can you imagine if you go there? They might not want to be racist. Um, they might not want to be racist, but they've never seen somebody looking like you. They're going to stare. The same thing with China. They always stare at black people. Okay, guys, I'm still cooking. Sorry for. Okay, it's boiling, so that's what's worth it. Thank you guys for your patience. Okay. Ale says New York is not a city, it's a state. A country, actually. A country, actually, that's huge. What he says to Ale, better go back to Albania. Europe is better than America. Even the climate in Europe is favorable. I love Europe. Okay. 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 I feel like you that's what I feel, or like what I know, the information that I've gathered. Feel like Europe is fine. Uh Europe is fine, but as a black person, okay, so for me, I said, I said I would mostly want to go with, I would want to go to US if I was to be told to choose between Europe and US because I don't want to be stared at, and I would rather go to a place where people have already seen a black person in real life. Yeah. Ale asked Maurice, "Do you know Albania?" Eve Stewart says, "Is I hope there is order in here." How are you doing, Eve? I think there is order, but we are finding there's a fight between which one is better, Europe or USA. We also did China and USA, and there's people here who are saying other countries are better than United States. So that's where we are at. That's what people are fighting at, unless it's a country near Italy and Greece in Southern Europe. Okay, Eve says, I hope there's order in here. Allah says, I can't live in Albania, to be honest. I'm born and raised in US. I can't get the mindset from Europe and my home country, Albania. Okay. Yeah, and that's a choice that you get to make. That's a choice that you get to make. Okay, but I feel like Morris is just saying that Europe is better because he doesn't want to say that US is it's a good country. If he's saying Canada, okay, Canada, yeah, I think for Canada is probably the best. I said that like I feel like Canada is the softer version of US. Okay, they have freedom of speech. Yeah, Canada is cool but cold. Okay. Okay, USA. Okay, let me write all the countries that we are fighting for here. Let's see. Uh Moise says to Ale, yes, all the 50 states of US are countries logically. So try to get me right. Eastwood says you're gonna have a lot of crazy there. You're not gonna have a lot of crazy there. Yeah. Do Canada allow people to own guns like the way you guys have in US? I told you guys if I move to the US, when somebody steps on me, I'll immediately tell them sorry, because I can the fact imagining that somebody have a gun will literally shock me. Okay, when somebody slaps me in the US, I'll immediately apologize. I'll immediately apologize because the thought of like you have a gun in your pocket, Lord, most probably I lock myself in and never go outside. But maybe what I just get, maybe is the stereotype that I just get. Alice says, you said London is better. I said to you that New York actually isn't a city but a state. Oh, I think you're telling Maurice. Alice says Manhattan is a city, for example. Okay, Manhattan. Okay. Instance, yes, they do. They had, but had guns are different. Okay, so they are allowed to own guns, but I don't always hear stories of shootings in like the way I do in US. Okay, I almost every day I watch crime documentary or something, real life stories, murder solver, murder scene, or who killed who. I usually watch those ones a lot, and I rarely get one from Canada. Oh God. Maurice says, remember you told us how you went to US and you from Europe, so in real sense you are an American. Okay, unless it's my parents are from Europe, bro. This was it. That's because Canadians. Okay, Canadians said, okay, unless they moved here in US in the 90s. Americans are nuts. Okay, somebody says Americans are nuts. Okay, maybe I should add Canada to the thing because seems like Canada is also um USA or Europe or China or Canada. I know you guys can hear my typing. Maurice Mosao says China is okay. So, but see, in China, remember in China, there is no freedom of. Can you have one child? Are you willing to have one child? Unless it's why are you afraid to? Why are you afraid of guns? Actually, for me is honestly, I'm afraid because like of the way I have watched. I think I've traumatized myself with these stories that I watch every day. About people, people getting killed by their lovers. Husband kills wife and alive children. Just because there was a gun that was available. Because if it wasn't, maybe you guys would have just done a normal fight. You know, Eve says, afraid of 320 million guns and population of criminals who shouldn't have them. Okay. So, Okay, so Eves, do you think that having guns is a nice thing? And I know now this we are going deep into Democrat stuff and Republicans, okay? But it's just like for me, I feel like out here when you have an argument with somebody, you do a real fight, okay? And for those people who are nuts, they can go to the exes. But you know, with the gun, you just feel like he's like a toy. I feel like he's like a toy. Somebody can even just be popping just to show you what they can do and then not to realize that they just took you out. Well, he says to Alex, so you're an American. That's it. I can't set foot in Europe without documents, but your parents can. Okay, but do you know Americans can travel to Europe without requiring any visa? You know that, right? If Stuart says there are as many guns as there are citizens in the US, okay? Even more. I feel like some people even have two guns, and people shouldn't have them. And people who shouldn't have, okay, that's why I'm an American, by the way. I thought you were Canadian. Okay. Do you support the gun regulation? Oh, okay. Do you think having guns is the right thing? My fiance thinks having guns is the right thing because if citizens don't have guns, then criminals are the ones who end up with the guns. Okay. Because I was saying like I just can't see how I'm sleeping next to a gun. Like why? What if we have an argument and you know? Unless it's yeah true, bro. Uh-huh. There are more guns than citizens, you know. Well, it is one thing I know is guns don't kill people. People do kill people. So would you want a gun, Morris? Unless it's Morris, bro. Stop talking shit about me. Don't know me, bro. And my parents went with work permit in US 30 years ago. Okay, come on, guys. Unless it's, I have 4 guns. Oh wow. Are you allowed to how many is okay, God. Now this is where my English comes to an end. No. How many guns are you allowed to have? Good for you. It says you aren't killing anyone nor robbing stores, I assume. But you should at least have one because people are crazy. Can you imagine in a place where everybody have one? Not having one is literally a risk. Okay, when they come knocking, you should be armed. Allah says it's our right in the constitution. It's more a cultural thing. Yeah, I know. There's that part, but I've noticed that the constitution has also screamed about gun violence. Okay, constitution has screamed about gun violence. But see, the thing is, even today, if today we were to wake up and everybody says, they say like we are getting all the guns from everybody, okay? Do you think the criminals will give away their guns? No, they will not. And most of most people who are patriotic citizens, most people who are good people who don't want to get in trouble are the ones who are going to give their guns back. And the criminals will still have the guns. So I don't know, because it's already something that you guys are already allowed to have. Maybe you should keep having it. Alex says, bruh, get me right. You're an American and that's the fact. Only your ancestors are Europeans, but you an American. You belong to US, not Albania. Your life is in US. I don't get you. That's exactly what he's saying, right? You says, and I don't know if I usually pronounce your name right. In my old neighborhood, there was a lot of gun violence. Those were kids with handguns. Wow. Okay. That's so wrong. That's so wrong. Yeah. Out here, I think the only people who have guns are the only people who have guns are politicians. Okay, I just did my research. I think it was a few days ago, like yesterday or the other day, and I realized you can own a gun, but there's a lot of regulations. You have to show that you can maintain it. Most probably, you as a normal citizen, you're not able to get it. Young black teenagers who are under 18 and not able to buy guns legally. Okay. Wow. So did you have to move from that neighborhood? So how do they get them? Oh, how they get them out here? Maybe they are. I feel like there are people who sell them legally, or you can even have it imported, but you have to have a license. And also, the license does not just come like that. You have to go through a whole vetting. Like they make it almost impossible for you to have one. I don't know anyone in real life with one apart from police officers. Way too many handguns floating around our country. I know. Yeah, yeah. And also now, can you imagine when young people, when you're going through that teenage when you're going through that teenage phase where you feel like you have this ego, you have a point to prove. Can you imagine walking around, you have a handgun, and you're a teenager, you're not thinking? That's why we have a lot of teenagers in prison. Maury says, in US, guns are sold like peanuts. Guns are ordinary market commodity in US. Anyone can buy. I know that. But no, you have to register them. Like, okay, I know maybe they are able to buy legally, but for most people, you have to register your gun, right? Unless it's guns in US is like football in Europe. It's okay. Wow. Yeah, as far as it works for you guys. As far as it works, maybe the world will get to that point, you know. But see, the thing is, how I feel like, even though we want to, we refer to ourselves as intellectual beings, I mean human beings, we refer to ourselves as intellectual beings, but we still have our animal behaviors, you know. So when somebody offends you, okay, when you're jealous of somebody, maybe they are doing better than you are, okay, when somebody sets you up, okay, do you know how to forgive them when you have something that you can use to take them out real quick? Do you know? Yeah. I assume if Africa were to, if people were to have guns in Africa, most people would have already taken their parents out because of how African parents usually are. Yeah, maybe that's why you're a civil society. That's what civilization is about. Civil society. Okay, USA or Europe or China or Canada. Um, I'll still go with. I think I'll still go. I think I'll take USA and Canada maybe, or maybe I can take USA and China so I can experience different worlds. That's one problem. Okay, Maury says, um, and gun shooting cases are recorded every day in US, and in the next 20 years will be like phones globally. I think of Africa start making guns. Oh God, I know. Okay, I don't know if as a society we are already at that point. I don't know. I don't think we should. I don't think we should be. I don't think that should be allowed in Africa. To be really honest. Okay, not to. No, okay, it's not like to belittle our, but I don't feel like we are at that level. Yeah, I don't feel like we are at that level. Also our justice system does not work right now. So at least in the US, they solve these cases. I watch a lot of these murder mysteries and all of that, but I feel like these cases are usually solved in the long run. Okay, what will happen out here? Justice system out here is very slow. Not to mention the corruption society. You know. So yeah, one boy, you want a coffee farm or a cup of coffee with coffee? Is that paper or no? It's buy me coffee. When you click on the thing, okay, you can click on the you can click on the thing that I have pinned, or you can click on my profile and then you scroll down, you'll see the link. You tap on that link. Okay. Send some Kenyan coffee to me. Kenyan coffee, I can mail it to you, but I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it will be worth it. Like it will be cheaper for you to buy it out there, because shipping, unless you want to ship a huge amount. If you want to ship a huge amount, I could do it. Maybe I could do it for you. Maybe go grab some coffee and then mail it to you. I don't know. Muhammad Sinavsi says hi. Okay. Kenyan coffee is really great. Maybe I should start coffee business, shipping coffee to the US. Yeah, have you guys tried Kenyan tea? Kenyan tea is also fine, especially when you cook it the Kenyan way. Ooh. Are you having it now? No, this is tea. Boy, let's have a road trip this year. Show you where the Black Lion is. No, thank you. Ooh, Black Lion. Okay. I know somebody who sells Kenyan tea in the US. If you're literally serious interested, I know. And the person who ships it to the US is this white female. Where I live at, that's where they also stay at, and they ship one of the best type of coffees to the US. So if you would like referrals, they ship to the US and then they just mail it to you. Kenyan coffee. Yeah. So the fight, USA or Europe or China or Canada. I think US won. Maybe because almost all of you guys are from US. I think US won, right? You know what time it is out here? It's 1:59 a.m. and I'm not sleepy. I usually sleep at 2 a.m. Yeah, 2 a.m. We take our coffee from drive-through in the car. We don't prepare coffee at home usually. Okay. Wow. Luxuries. Okay. Luxuries. But I think that's luxury. That's luxury. And for those who prepare coffee at home, they have the machines to prepare the coffee. Yeah. But I feel like you guys overrate coffee. Like you guys overrate coffee. Almost everybody talks about coffee in the US. But here in Kenya, we do a lot of tea. Okay, we grow both coffee and tea, but people mostly take tea. If I don't take my usual cup of tea every day, I have a headache. That's how much I'm addicted to tea. Black tea is common in Kenya. Oh, are you asking me? Or you're saying a fact? So you want how many kilograms of coffee? DHL. Coffee is more common from Brazil. Wow. DHL. Yes. Okay. I'm winding up. Coffee is more common from Brazil. Oh, coffee is more common from Brazil. We also do coffee farming here in Kenya. Okay, maybe, but I feel like maybe people go with what's near them. Brazil is more near you guys, which means it would be much cheaper. Um, the goal Z says hello, hello. Mori says, but Africa, we got the best coffee globally, mainly Kenya and Ethiopia got the best quality coffee in the universe. Okay, yeah, you know, because I've not tasted other people's coffee, so I don't know if it's the best. But people who have tasted it say that it's good quality coffee. Yeah, people say that Kenyan coffee is good quality coffee. I don't know how true that is. Wambo, I'm coming back, just a break. I don't think you'll find me here, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay, so yeah, I think I could stream the whole night. You guys are fun, especially because when I stop being in the role of a host and just like we are having a normal conversation, it just becomes more fun and easier. Okay. Guys, for those of you who are watching me, kindly like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Okay. Okay, so guys, we are literally winding up. We are winding up. So what we're gonna say, it's 2 a.m. here, 2:05 a.m. So what we're gonna say is the conclusion to the topic was the lesson. I don't know if there's a lesson, but honestly, I enjoyed today's topic and today's discussion. Thank you every one of you who've joined in. For those of you who joined in 3 p.m. Kenyan time, and those of you who've joined in for this specific live stream, thank you so much. And thank you guys for your continued support, the continuous love and all of that. You know, I feel like at the end of the day, I feel like it's worth for me to keep streaming, you know, because at the end of the day, I think I'm making a family here and we are creating a community, you know. So, yeah. So we are literally gonna end the live stream right there. My eyes have started becoming sour and all of that. Maybe it's just best for me to go to sleep. So, hope you guys will have yourself a good day. Those of you, okay, let me know what's the time where you're at. What's the time where you're at? So for those of you who it's daytime in your place, hope you guys have yourself a good day. For those of you who it's at night, have yourself a great night. For those of you who is morning, have yourself a good morning, you know. So I'm going to, guys, thank you for the continuous support. You guys can keep supporting me. Any type of support, leave a comment, you know, rewatch the videos, anything you can do to keep the channel going, that would literally be highly appreciated. Okay, so thank you guys for tuning in, and until next time, bye bye. Why do I feel like I have something left? Oh, I just asked you guys what is the time where you're at. Eh, my eyes. Yeah, I'm so sleepy. It's gotten hot, hot, hot. Yeah. So I think I'm going to see you guys next time. So have yourself a good day, good night, good evening, good morning. Bye bye.